Guys, I forgot all my riffs tonight. I didn't bring any riffs. Don't expect any, because I didn't bring any.
If you haven't got the Holy Ghost, come and seek the Lord and get it, because you need it.
As a father myself, I couldn't imagine how thoroughly embarrassed my child would be if this was my output. Like, can you imagine going into your kid's career day and being like,
"Hi kids, my name is Mr. Pants, and I'm the creator of Gay and..." Honey, please, you're embarrassing me in front of your alpha gym teacher.
But to be fair, Andy Pants is actually a developer or something, so it would actually be more like,
"Hi kids, my name is Mr. Pants, and I'm the creator of Chad versus the Gay Nazis."
It's crazy how clever they think they are with that. I've seen more nuance on Newgrounds back in the day.
Hope you'll hear something maybe they've never heard
my
before.
riffs.
Devil with his name for sale.
You thought you knew how to play the game? But no one has played this hard, this fast, this real.
These things.
Something else must be spot.
The way I'm looking over at Boise. Thank you guys. Any heteros over there?
Rubber bullets to the face. What makes pleasure takes when the bounty house race? American rights are at risk every day. The biggest biggest get challenged if you get on parade. Hetero delusion only need evaluation. Everything they do is a gender reformation. Some of it is gone till they need a confirmation. There's only one thing left that gets in the population. Heterosexual ego death. Heterosexual ego death.
Enjoying ourselves today, folks?
Well, if drinking white wine out of a 4-ounce glass is your idea of enjoyment, see, it's white wine in a 3-ounce glass, red in a 4.
Hey, you with the goatee. 2 words for you, pal. Light and, Frenchie, I need an extension cord and some buffalo wings. Go. Au revoir. Raising the roof with the coot. How you doing? Who's bored? Raise your hand. Anybody?
Oh yeah, let's fucking rip, everybody. We're gonna talk about more of these shit fucking comedians tonight. I got a good fucking story for you, so let's rip it back for a second. Come on. Who knows the old two-step hardcore style? Let's go. Dude in your living room.
on you. They wanna kidnap kids. It's a matter of time before your next on their list.
We got transgender insanity. All the Republicans don't want to give it up. Transgender for everybody. Men out of women's sports. Men playing in women's sports. Can you imagine men playing in women's sports? Or men having the right to play in women's sports? Transgender for everyone. I always say transgender because for everyone. You're going to hate this. Allow men to play in women's sports.
Bring Your Kids to Work Day. My job at the White House is to communicate the president's message. We are here to make America great again. We live in the best country in the history of the world. I want to know if Donald Trump likes you. Many hugs to children. How many people has he hired? We have not had anyone fired. What's the state of the border?
Civil rights groups say last week's deportations included 3 American children, all U.S. citizens. One of them is battling cancer. Parenting 101.
All of
And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. I never had the privilege of going to his island.
All right, let's fucking get into some news, everybody. Thank you for coming out to the stream. I'll be right back. It truly was the road. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. It's me. I'm sorry. It's Hellion.Vision from the channel Hellion.Vision. Just wanted to let you know real quick that your style is bad. It's not good. It's really not good at all, but it's okay. I'm here to help. That's right, designed by yours truly. It's time you got some clothes that riff as hard as you do, don't you think? Look at this fancy number right here. Look at this little number right here. Or how about this one? Yeah, you'd like to wear that, wouldn't you? Order this one, drape it over your nips, boom, it's Knitmas. In all sincerity, I had a lot of fun designing these clothes. I want to do it a lot more, and it's a great way to support the channel. Oh, wait a minute, handsome viewer, I forgot to tell you. Channel members get discounts. What is up, everybody? Oh, let me twist my knobs here. Don't mind me while I do some knob twisting so you can hear me. What's going on, everybody? Oh, look at me, too. Look at how I'm framed up like an absolute gabon. Italian Americans in the chat. Give me that what up on the gabon. All right, everybody. Let me catch up here. What is happening? We're popping, everybody. Let me get my hellos in order here. Ginger, what's up? Methyltransferase, what's up? Tony, my wife, what's up? Ajax, Ryder, what is up, everybody? Todd, what's going on? Sin O Me, what's happening? What is up, gang? I love to see y'all here. Kermit, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I'm rolling through. I got a lot to read here. I'm going to go back through that. All right, what is up, everybody? I'm so happy to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into some fun. Now that we've done the riffing, you know how it goes. You know, I really did not plan out well when I was like concepting this stream. Like, I mean, I like to riff at the top. I think that's the fun way to do it. But like, that does make me sweaty. But you know, hey, you didn't come here to hear about my sweat. You came here to hear about a whole list of shit that I've got here. And I don't even, guys, I say this every week and I'm going to say it again. I don't know how the ding dong we're going to cover all this stuff because we got a lot of stuff there. We got a lot of stuff there, okay? So, oh my gosh, the whole crew, yes, birds of a feather flock together, and that be true, so cloaca crew, roll through, squawk, squawk. Guys, we got Tony's Talks tonight, okay? All right? So buckle up, because you know how we love that. You know we love doing some Tony's Talk. Oh, this is the sweat stream, Sonomi. You do not get a choice. You do not get a choice. You get sweat. No, Ajax, I'm going to give you so much Dream Machine on Thursday. I'm going to give you so much. I promise. I'm going to be a good boy about it. I know I've been a little naughty, and I want to play it too. Trust me. You guys are going to start calling me a fake gamer. But look, here's the thing. We got a lot of things to talk about. And actually, one of our palate cleansers tonight is a little bit of a gamer related thing. Okay. So bada bing, bada boom. You know how we do it. That being said, you know what? I think what we got to do here is I'm gonna hit you guys with a few of the things we're gonna go over tonight, and then I'm gonna hit you with maybe a couple optional things, and we'll see the order we want to do them, because some of these things are evergreen. Like I heard the craziest story about the Mars Volta album, the Bedlam and Goliath, and we could talk about that if that's what everybody wants. Oh, Ajax, shut the fuck up! You're coming right after me on the Portal shit. I've played so much Portal. How dare you bring these secrets out in front of everybody? So obviously I've played so much Portal, guys. I love Portal. First of all, I love going in the holes, you know. I love going in the holes. I love going in the holes, you know, with the portals. I love the portals. What else? The quips. I know there's a lot of quipping, you know. Quips. Yeah, the Mars Volta, the crazy. Okay, so all right, let me organize myself here. You know, Ajax called me out on the Portal stuff right off the bat, so I felt like I had to get defensive. But let's dive into the real things. Ryder, you haven't played Castlevania? That's okay. That's okay. Oh, Tony in the house. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna get Tony ready here, and while she's getting set up. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. While Tony's getting set up here, I'm gonna throw a few things at you guys, and then I'm gonna have you vote on a couple things. Okay? So the few things we are gonna cover for sure. Oh, thank you, Sonomi. I really appreciate that. The heart necklace I got from like the best. My wife Tony, she's a singer. If you guys, for those who don't know, and she went on a like trip to Scotland to sing for like a church thing. So I went with them, and I found like my favorite jewelry store ever there. and I will drop it in the chat when I have a moment too, because you guys should support it. It's just like one dude who makes the best stuff. Cloaca gang, rise up, hoes bother entry and exit. Yes,
Cluck,
hoes.
baby.
Cluck, 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 says the powerful and majestic Antonia. Welcome, Tony. Really quick, I'm going to run everybody through the game plan here, and then we're going to get into Tony's talks. So we are going to do Tony's talks right off the bat. You know how we do it here. But then we are also going to cover, you know, Megyn Kelly said the thing about the Epstein stuff, and it's crazy. And if you haven't heard about that, we'll cover it really quick. But also the Catholic League, like, basically agreed with it. So that's some crazy shit. We're gonna do that. Tony sings opera and like pretty much everything else, but she's a trained opera singer. And she's a theater kid. Oh, what? Oh my God! What? I'm not trying to make you look fancy. I'm literally trying to make you look as fancy as you are. Exactly. Oh, Jingle, what's up? You got a shout out from Jingle right there. Jingle. Also, we have. I want to talk about the current state of leftist influencers and streaming and what everything looks like right now. Because I have a couple gripes. We're gonna gripe real quick. We'll have a gripe sesh. But I have a billion other things that we could cover. So drop in the chat if you would rather cover. Let's just keep it simple. I'm going to go between two things. I'm not going to bother with the poll right now, but you let me know in the chat if you would rather cover the story of the Mars Volta album that was cursed by a Ouija board.
Excuse me?
The Bedlam and Goliath.
Wow.
Cursed by a Ouija board. Or would you like to do, what's another one of the funner ones that I have here?
A Ouija board?
Yeah, a Ouija board. Like Ouija's? Like a Ouija board?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can do that one or space crimes. Okay? So Mars Volta Incredible Album Story or space crime.
Whoa.
Okay? Drop in the chat what you prefer. Either Mars Volta or space crime.
Sonomi says yes.
I love it. Love it. Okay. So before we get into that, for those who are new to the stream, we like to start things off with a lighter segment called Tony's Talks. And Tony, my wife Tony, is, I would say, addicted to TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not going to refute that.
Would you say that's fair?
I'm incredibly addicted to TikTok.
Good.
But I've been so much better lately. I really have. A lot of days I don't even tick the talk, and when I do, it's a problem. You know, I have to click my limit button and say ignore for an hour.
So,
I've been trying not to, because otherwise I spend an hour or more on TikTok. So sorry, I interrupted you.
Well, no. This is your segment. You're allowed to interrupt me. And the whole point is. The whole point is that this is a great way to offload some of those talks and give you a bit of a purpose while you scroll.
Which also kind of makes me tick the talk less, because now my talks have purpose.
Your talks have purpose. We've given your talks purpose. So in that regard, we introduce the world to Tony's talks. Now
Wait, what did Ajax say?
All my
How many days sober are you? 0. 0 right now.
Yeah, no, Tony's...
I'll let you know next time. I'll tell you on Thursday.
TikTok sobriety is not something we...
I should strive for it.
Well, now I'm an enabler. Now I'm an enabler. I used to try.
You honestly are. You're enabling my addiction.
I used to try. Now, the other thing is, Tony, I would say, is the queen of the unexpected talk. Okay? What is that? That is...
What would you expect my talks to be?
Well, no, I just, like, so far, every time you bring a talk in, I'm like, what is this, like, pumpkin spice white girl shit? And then it's, like, ends up being, like...
farts.
So, yeah, it ends up being about dick farts or something, and I'm like, all right, you got me.
Well, let's see.
So, that being said...
What we got for you.
Let's see what we got today.
I like this one.
Okay, do we need to preface this one at all?
No.
Okay, all right. All right.
No, we got it.
Let me pull up Tony's first talk here, and we will dive in.
Hey, Bimba. Hey, buddy.
And I brought a talk in tonight.
Oh boy.
I brought a talk.
So you had to scroll.
No, I didn't scroll. I think it might be a YouTube short or something.
The Rickroll was good.
Oh my God,
The
Tony Rickrolled us
is
last
like
time.
my crowning achievement. I'm very, very proud of that Rickroll.
It was disgusting.
Rimba, you're gonna scooch me off of this thing. Buddy.
Okay.
You're gonna make me fall off my chair.
That's Marimba the dog, by the way.
Hey, buddy.
That's the good boy.
He's a good boy.
Rimba, are you in the frame there?
Well, the mic is kind of in his way.
Whatever. Okay, here we go. First talk.
What's going on with this cable?
Something? Okay, well, here we go. First talk. When you gotta be gay at 8 but have concert at 9. Okay,
I
let's
thought
see.
that. Wait, actually, my preface is that this is seasonal. Sorry.
This is seasonal? Oh my gosh.
That's all.
Oh my. In true pumpkin spice style, this is a seasonal talk. Here we go. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. That is for those who've never played. For those who've never been in band.
This is called Sleigh Ride.
Sleigh Ride. There's
and
a famous
now this
slapstick
one should
part.
be spelled SLAY ride, but that's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
No, that was great. That was great. Is it jazz season? Oh, jazz season, baby. Yeah.
Oh shit.
No,
yeah,
like
jazz
band,
season.
like band season, because I think band. No.
Holiday season.
Oh yeah, holiday.
It's Sleigh Ride.
Yeah, but he's saying jazz band
band.
style. You know, like when your jazz band's like, we're gonna go zip zop at the middle school for the kids today. You know how it is. Okay, first talk
Gayest
was
conducting.
good.
Yes.
That was good. I like that.
I just wanted to appreciate the gay conducting.
I liked the
That's
combination of holiday cheer, queer pride, and community band.
Community band.
Because if you've ever been in a community band, as a percussionist in a community band, I relate very hard to this
Thank
one.
you,
That's
Ginger.
happened to me a
I
million
appreciate your
times.
support. I appreciate it.
Okay, here we go. Next talk. Here
Next
we go,
talk.
everybody. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up here.
Oh, okay. So now there is another talk that I didn't put on this list that kind of goes with this theme, but like I went down kind of a rabbit hole of like themed strippers.
So this is the Star Wars burlesque show?
Yeah.
I think this is famous thing.
I had never heard
How
of
much
it.
boob is it? Can't show like.
It's just some butt.
Okay.
It's some butt. It's some booty.
Okay. All right.
There's no
I
boob.
suppose if it's on the talk, it's fine. Okay, POV, you bought tickets to Empire Strips Back.
Looks like so much fun. I would love to go to this.
Oh, Chewie, yes. Okay, Chewie.
No, but my favorite part hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Lando.
You'll know what my favorite
Lando
You're
Calrissian.
gonna know what my.
It's a trap.
That's my favorite.
Oh my gosh, that's. Oh, Admiral Akbar is shaking his ass bar. What? All right. And the point and walk. The point and walk.
I have to tell you, the other one was Twilight stripping. And it had vampire baseball.
Hold on.
That would be funny.
Hold on.
What, Mr. Darcy?
No.
What?
No. We need to.
I got
Look at what
smashed
Ginger
by
said.
a band. Is that community?
Yes.
Yes. I think that's community.
That is community. That's community service. Community servicing.
Okay. Hey. I'm happy for you, Ginger.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go, everybody. Next talk. That was good. I like that one.
Did you?
Okay. Oh, this is all right. This is the next one.
I wanted to share this.
This is the next one. The roots of the word gargoyle.
Yep.
No, you've been busted. You've been fucking exposed.
I'm sorry.
Are we getting rickrolled again?
No, you're not getting
I swear to God,
rickrolled
if you do a rickroll 2 weeks in a row, that's in poor taste.
It's not a rickroll.
That's just in poor taste.
It's not a rickroll. It's not. take a sip of your chai matcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be.
Listen.
I know I'm about to be angry, but this is.
You're
this
not gonna
is,
be angry.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be angry.
Ajax.
You're
This is
not
big
gonna be-
energy.
No, you're okay.
This
You're
is
okay.
huge
You're okay. You're
energy.
okay. You're okay.
Tony's
Take a
not
deep
good
breath.
at. Tony's not good at hiding shit. So
Take a
I
deep
don't
breath.
believe
It's
any of
gonna be
this right now.
fine. Relax.
Know that the word gargoyle actually comes from the Italian phrase "gargola on these nuts," which means creature atop the ledge.
Oh my goodness.
So I
Good
didn't
job.
rickroll you,
Good
but I
job.
just nuts you.
Good job. Oh my God, Ajax. If it was a meat spin roll,
no.
you can't do that because then I won't have a channel. That's too severe. You cannot meat spin.
Oh God, that's funny.
That was good. I'm upset with how good that was.
Honey, these nuts.
I honestly didn't want that to be that good. I didn't want it to be that good. It was too good.
I think that's the one we just did. Oh no.
Okay.
This one it was
chill.
just okay. I've showed this guide before on my segment here.
Okay.
And I related with this one. It's not actually like funny or anything. I just really related to it.
Okay, let me put it up. Did you have tea too?
I have tea right here.
Yeah, okay. You made 2 teas?
Well, 2D's nuts.
Fuck.
Ha.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How fucking dare you?
Sorry.
That was mine. That was mine. All right.
You were too obvious.
Oh, Ginger, no. You said meat spin with a question mark? No. Somebody.
Ginger, you know.
In the Discord
You have to
or something.
know.
In the Discord. It cannot be. It cannot be here.
Ginger.
No, stop. Stop it. Why are you saying that like I showed you meat spin. I spun you round and round, baby.
And here's
Baby,
what
right
I'm
round.
saying. I'm saying that I live under a rock.
Right
I
or
don't know any of these things,
I
but
think-
I know about meat spin. I know about meat spin.
Ryder, I don't know if all your chats are appearing. Sometimes it does like censor it. Sometimes you gotta put spaces
Ayo,
in between. I don't know. It's weird sometimes, but I think some of them aren't coming through. Probably. Binda Poppy says Tony is the real star of the show. How dare you? I don't know who means. Wait. Okay. So Ginger Meat Spin is like it's very quintessential like mid 2000s internet culture. It's the website is just like
Both
a gif
these
of somebody.
nuts, Ginger.
Oh,
I do know both of these nuts.
this is see.
I'm sorry.
No. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Honestly,
I got excited because I caught it.
Honestly,
I caught it.
honestly,
Yes.
it was good. It was good. It's just the defense. Red hot red chili pepper sauce. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, Ginger, did you watch it? I wonder if you watched it. You said, God damn it. All right, here we go. Here we go.
No, probably because I got these nuts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are just getting, yep. Okay, yeah, no, it's coming in. It always, it takes a second. There's a little delay. So the D's nuts.
Yeah, these nuts.
Yeah.
These nuts.
Yeah.
Are you going to show my vacuuming talk?
Yeah, no.
I want to relate
You derailed
to
us.
these people. I want to relate to everybody.
Okay, with vacuuming.
Well, it's satisfying. Can you just play it?
All right. Sensory kids in the chat, drop your
Sensory kids.
drop your like little like Tony hates with like a little drop of water on her sleeve. Drop your sensory nightmare in the chat.
Dude, you know what actually just rips, dude, is like when you're vacuuming and you just hit that one spot, dude. Like you're just on the carpet and it just starts crackling, dude. Like what is that? And it just smells good. This is your sign of
It doesn't
vanquish some
always smell
vacuuming today, dudes. It's Sunday. Let's get our castle ready.
All right. Is that?
No, we're not sensory shaming.
No, Tony.
He might be sensory
I am
shaming.
not. I am
would
not
never.
sensory shaming. How dare you?
Would never.
I accept all of Tony's sensory issues and I make room for them. And I love you. I love you so much. I'm saying drop them in the chat so we can because my thing I don't like
microfiber.
I don't like
Jingle.
or not styrofoam. What's the
You don't like acoustic foam.
Acoustic foam.
You don't like the foam
As a
that's
sound
on
guy,
the microphone.
Oh, I hate it. It literally gives me goosebumps. My nipples are hard right now, and I hate it. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. Cinnamon. I promise. I love you guys for your sensories. I love you for your sensories. I promise. I have my own. I
have to say that it's not even. I didn't even impose this on our child, but our child has inherited my sensory
you don't know
issues.
That yet. Well,
we
she might.
She absolutely started crying when she spilled a little water on her pants earlier.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
She said, "I hate this. My leg is wet. Change my pants."
I mean, you know.
And I understand that.
You know how it goes. You know how it goes.
I saw that.
Okay. Let's continue talking here. I'm just readjusting. Oh, look at that.
What are you doing?
Yeah, because we can be big. Look at us, we're big now.
Sandpaper and oatmeal.
Sandpaper.
Oatmeal.
Well, I like oatmeal. Wait, as a food?
Oatmeal is fine as a food, but
what are you
can
talking
I
about?
tell
Are you
you
talking
something?
wait,
No, here's
what are you talking about?
Can I explain?
Yeah. Are you dipping your hand in it?
No, I'm not dipping my hand in it. Listen. Cleaning up oatmeal.
Oh, right, or plastic beads and old exfoliating soaps. Yeah. I get that. Scratchy. I like the scratchy, but I would understand that. I would understand that for sure. Fingernails on those old 3D binders with the little. Yep, I get what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I would be
that's
your
what one person's
oatmeal texture. Okay.
One person's sensory is another person's like sexery.
Yeah, because I kind of like that foam that you don't like.
No, I'm telling. Yeah. Ew. What?
I like it.
Secrets revealed.
I'm sorry.
No.
I've betrayed you.
Mouthfeel if the oatmeal is the worst.
I'm kind of that way with shellfish because it's crunchy chewy. And I can't do it.
Applesauce. Awful texture. I feel it.
Okay.
Oh, old oatmeal does turn into horrific cement. That's absolutely true,
Jingle.
Jingle.
And if you've been around a baby or a toddler that's learning how to eat and they have oatmeal and then wait, can you wait?
I didn't mean to. I was just pulling it up, but TikTok. I'm sorry. TikTok jams it down your throat. You pull up the page and then it goes, "You wanted this. You wanted to watch this."
Wait, sorry, not sorry.
Sorry,
not sorry. I get it.
Sensory, not sensory.
Sorry, not so sorry.
Oh my God, Tony.
I'm sorry.
You would wear that on a t-shirt. You would wear that on a t-shirt.
I would wear that on a t-shirt. I would absolutely wear that on a t-shirt. I have a lot of sensory issues.
Okay.
Whoops.
Tony's talk. This is Tony's
Make
final
sure it's
talk.
Starting from the beginning.
I'm gonna. This is Tony's final talk. Do we need any preface?
No, this is great. This is great.
Okay.
Fucked your wife in the Costco, spun around like a rotisserie.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Wait,
You said Costco with your wife is the last place you wanna be. Well, that's weird. She says she loves going there with me.
This is so good. That was so good. I don't know why that little blue and red thing there was there. Wait, favorite part? Favorite part? Rotisserie is good. No. It's subtle. Wait for it. That. The bumper thing, whatever that column is, like what is that column? Because like I actually wonder what the column, like what is that? Just so you don't bump into shit? What the fuck is that column? They are in all Costco's. Why do all Costco's have the wiener column? This was good. This was quite good.
It was good.
The song is actually very good.
It's a good song, and it's about one of our favorite places.
Okay, now I have a talk for you.
Okay, you say that like it better be good. Is all.
I've been holding on to it for a minute.
We've been talking about it. A lot.
It's just bizarre, and I think you're gonna like it. I think we're gonna go on a trip. I think we're gonna go on a little adventure here. Let me get this. Boop, 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 boop. Wait, dance talks right here. Ready? All right, everybody. Here we go. No, I don't want a full screen there. All right.
Already, this elbow is aggressive for me.
There's nothing wrong with this elbow.
Mm.
Everybody,
It's in my face.
I want to get everybody's opinion on this, okay? I think this is a crazy thing to happen.
Okay.
We'll watch it, and we'll talk about it as we go. And I kind of want to know what you would do.
What I would do in this scenario?
Yeah, are we ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck off. Is it an onion? Is he eating an onion?
Yeah, he's eating an onion. The guy's starting to tear up.
He's straight up eating on an airplane.
Where's the crossover point to where it gets funny for you as a passenger? This guy's hitting it. He's hitting it. Spray. Hit it with the onion spray.
Shit. The drip. He's eating the whole ass onion. Skin and all. He didn't even peel the onion. See, now that guy's laughing. Now he's laughing. He knows it's
You have to think it's funny. This pain.
Rimba thinks you're... Rimba's checking on you.
I'm in pain.
Rimba came over to check on you. He said,
I'm
"Are
in
you
fucking
good?
pain.
You good, Daddy?"
That's one of the funniest things. Is that not one of the funniest things you've ever seen? Like,
You're sweating. Are you okay?
so fucking funny. Oh my god.
You're glistening. There's a
I'm
bit of sweat.
no, I'm that talk destroys me.
Oh boy.
That's a 10 out of 10 right there. From start to finish, it's compelling the whole way through. You're like, at first you're like,
Back up, buddy. Back
like
up.
some of you said, Cinnamon said jail. Immediately, like, yeah, no,
Jail?
right? Yes.
Jail.
It's hellish. It's
Really?
hellish. Ginger says he's gonna be crying on the toilet. He's crying right there in the seat.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
So.
Because you're gonna cry.
No,
wait.
listen. Are you asking what I would do if I was a passenger?
Yeah, wait. I want to know.
Sitting next to him?
Okay, wait. I'll tell you. Let me tell you. Because here's what I thought immediately seeing it. At first, when I first like 5 seconds into the video, I'm like, oh no, this dude's obnoxious.
I thought it was obnoxious when I thought it was an apple. When I realized it was an onion, my tune changed.
And once I saw once I saw he was gonna eat the whole onion, I was like, no, I have nothing but respect for this man. And honestly, if I was in the seat next to him, I'm very sensitive to the onions. I chop them and I get go. I would be bawling.
Because you got the sensitive bloobs.
But also, it's it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's the funny. How would you not like? I don't know. I'm a simple man.
So,
you eat an onion in pain in front of me.
Listen. This is how I know we've maybe been married too long. What?
I
would have thrown up eye contact.
Pamby's after Dwight eats 100%. Oh, you thought it was a peach ginger, and that made your teeth cry?
You hate how
Are you?
peaches are
Would you
what?
be more
Wait,
offended if
wait.
it was a peach than an onion?
No, that's what I was saying. I would have been more offended if it was an apple or a peach or like a fruit than an onion.
What?
Once
That's
I-
a
no,
regular
listen.
snack. That's not right. That's
listen.
You're in the wrong
listen,
for that
listen.
one. You can eat an apple
Because
on a plane.
Can you shush and
It's
let me
it's
say a
great. Yeah,
sentence?
go.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
so listen.
You're right.
If it's an apple or a peach or whatever, then like, okay, you've chosen poorly for your airplane snack. You've chosen, like plain and simple, a snack on an airplane that's annoying to other people. Like if I have to hear someone chew a fucking apple on an airplane, I'm gonna just explode. That's a sensory thing for me. But I think, and this is how I know we maybe no, he's not drinking milk. It's a chai matcha I made for this lovely man. Okay, sorry, I got
my milk.
distracted. It's milky milk.
It's my milky milk.
Thank you, writer. Thank you. But I think that maybe we've been married too long because once I realized it was an onion, I was like, oh, this is something Dan would do.
No, I would
like,
not do
as
that.
An
Are you kidding me?
bit. Like you might. I could see you doing that. And so I think I maybe have been brainwashed. I don't know, because I thought it was fun. I think I would think
This is
it's
slanderous
funny.
a little bit, though. First of
Not
all,
really.
I would not eat an onion. No, I wouldn't eat an onion on a plane because my first thought when I saw it was like, ew, obnoxious internet guy doing like a plane prank where everyone's captive, and then I just nothing but respect. I can't help it. It's devilish, it's cruel. But fuck, if it isn't funny, it's fun.
So
you're gonna
here's
make people cry.
Like,
It's hilarious.
I don't even think that's that bad. Like, it's fine. We can all survive an onion. We can all survive an onion.
You're minimizing this. If you saw somebody eating an onion on a plane, you would be going buck wild. Don't even pretend you're like, I'm so chill with onions on a plane,
that's not
man.
True. What I'm saying,
I would smoke an onion on a plane. Come on.
What I'm saying is, it's outlandish enough that it becomes acceptable and it becomes funny. Now,
and that's the
if
word on
we
it.
were on the plane with our child, I would say, no, sir, you better leave me alone. A quart of milk on the plane.
Oh my God,
yes,
that's hilarious.
That is worse. That is worse. No. Also,
one onion
Kermit,
and 1 quart of milk. That would be the best.
No.
That's we got a flight going.
Kermit, you got to talk to Binda Poppy about milk because you two both like.
Good night,
milk.
Ryder. I hope your cat is better.
Good night, Ryder. Oh, your kitty. Okay. Good thoughts for your cat.
Cheers to the quart of milk.
Cheers with
onions up to that.
Onions up.
Should I lap it up like a kitty?
Please. No. Sensory.
I'm so sorry.
Sensory.
That was,
oh God.
No, that was rude to the sensories.
And
I'm
rude.
sorry. Well, everybody.
Wow.
This has been another edition of Tony's Talks. Now, Tony, what's the moral of the talks you brought in for us today? How do you wrap this up for us with a life lesson? Would you?
So I think that the moral of the story is you should never be ashamed of your sensory preferences, and you also shouldn't be ashamed of your stripper preferences. If you like a theme, then go for it.
And you love a good onion on a plane.
That wasn't my talk. That was yours.
Which talk do you think was best?
I think. Oh, and also Kirkland is supreme. I think that is the best one. I think I fucked your girlfriend or I fucked your wife. Sorry, in a Costco.
I think that was a close second. I think that was a close second.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Onion. I was
sip
just
your milk.
No, I wanted to have.
Sip your milky.
I want to have an onion. Onion. I was trying to think of an onion these nuts thing, but I couldn't.
That's what I have to say about that.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much, Tony. We love your talks. If you were unaware, Tony's Talks also exists in a secondary form on
Discord.
our Discord server, which I will drop a link to.
But also, please
right
be
now.
really patient because I don't actually know how to use Discord, so I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna be good.
Bam! Join us. It is a fun community full of goofing and good times and shaming me for not playing Portal.
You gonna onion these nuts.
You gonna onion these nuts. That's perfect. I think that was
Bye,
good.
Jingle.
Okay.
I'm going
Thank
upstairs.
you. Okay, Tony. Thank you very much, Tony. We will see you in the chat.
Can I steal the dog?
You can steal the dog.
Come on, Rimble.
It's not really stealing.
Well, steal the dog away from the stream and upstairs to watch the stream.
Okay. Okay. I love that.
Here we go, Rims.
All right, everybody. Big crab claws in the chat for Tony. Everybody, let's see those.
No, drop me a chicken.
Oh, chickens in the chat. Chickens in the chat for Tony. Chickens in the chat for Tony, and another fantabulous edition of Tony's Talks. All right, everybody. Now that we've had ourselves a nice silly time, let's absolutely bludgeon that fun sense of niceness with the horrors of the world we live in today. So, I want to share with you guys some, some terrible news stories, and then I'll always hit you guys with the palate cleanser, all right? I'm not just gonna hit you with the bad stuff and not hit you with any palate cleanser. But, let's talk about, the one, the only, the terrible Megyn Kelly. So if you guys are unaware, the other day, Megyn Kelly had a brutal, show where she said some really heinous things defending Epstein and, age of consent and all that shit. So I'm going to show you some nightmarish clips from that, and then I'm going to show you what the Catholic League had to say about it as well. And we'll dissect it as we go along here. So let me pull up my files for us here. Boo, boo, boo. Now, the other thing we're going to be talking about later on is, after this story, is the current state of sort of leftist commentary and what's kind of going on with some people right now, because I want to get your guys' opinion on what's happening, and I want to share my thoughts on some interesting developments, across the board with a couple different creators. But first, let's start off with this Megyn Kelly clip, okay? An unexpected error occurred. No, it did not. I'll refresh that. All right, everybody. So, we got Megyn Kelly here. And let's hear what she has to say about all of this Trump stuff. Now, all this Epstein stuff, which is Trump stuff as well. Switch us out of Tony's Talks mode here, everybody. All right.
Or Epstein. I've said.
All right. All right, so here is Megyn Kelly's ghoulish take on this Epstein stuff.
I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything.
That's also not a flex, I feel like, right? You're like, I know somebody who's incredibly close to Epstein. Basically, his biffle. Like, why would you even say it like that?
Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls.
Oh, barely legal type is 15-year-old girls. First of all, barely legal type is a fucking grotesque thing to say, and is just ghoulish. Yeah, Chris, good to see you, Chris. Welcome. Yeah, it is one of the grossest things we've ever seen in here. Just absolutely gross. So here we go. Continuing on, Megyn Kelly.
And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but
he was into barely legal 15-year-olds, but not 8-year-olds. And now I understand, some people are going to be like, oh, some of the states is 16. Shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. 16 years old is gross. That's a kid. Fuck you.
He liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And that is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn, now they call it child sexual abuse material, on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh, no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos.
That's crazy also to be like, well, once I found out it was 8-year-olds or whatever, like, oh, then that's 15-year-olds, not child abuse, right? Like, fuck you, you goddamn ghoul. I don't know how they fucking sleep at night. I don't know how they live with themselves. Like, unconscionable shit. Like, absolutely disgusting. Yeah, oh, Kermit, yeah, they always do that, what is it, the hebephile or whatever thing, whatever, like, yeah, that's always gross. Barely legal, didn't barely legal even get banned from the hub? Yeah, oh my God, I'm sure it did, like, I hope it did, for the love of God. Cinema, I'm not a garbage man. I just collect garbage from the curb every day. I'm not a garbage man. Exactly. Oh my God, Cinema, that's exactly like the shit that they're just trying to pull. Ew, Ginger, someone said they would, to your kid that they would be put on a t-shirt. That's such a weird thing to say. Oh my God. Yeah, Cinema, the fact that people split hairs, disgusting. Ginger, this is a great point. I couldn't tell you the difference between an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. Like, and that's the thing. Like, all these, first of all, they're kids, right? All kids develop different and whatever. But all that aside, like, these are fucking children, man. They're children. I don't know. Like, I'm 33. I couldn't imagine ever fucking seeing, like, who the fuck thinks this way? And how can she even let this shit come out of her mouth?
She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10. I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5.
There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old in, like, every concept in life besides that you can have relations with them. Come the fuck on. Shut the fuck up, you goddamn ghoul.
5-year-old.
Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. So that's Megyn Kelly's take, okay? Yeah, Chris, you have a daughter who's 13 and that stuff makes your blood boil. I'm right there with you. I have a kid. She ain't 13, but like, holy shit. This is one of the reasons why I cover, the reason why I cover so much of this stuff and the reason I've covered like the Andy Pan stuff is because I do not want my child growing up in a world where people are even, Tom, I see you. I appreciate that. I don't want my kid growing up in a world where there's even people trying to justify anything like that. And so the other thing, a side note, this pissed me off. Side tangent on a different subject. We'll come back to Megyn Kelly for a second. But this pissed me right the fuck off. And I got a bone to pick with Carolyn Levitt, because this past weekend, she she made a post. Fuck, I'll cover it in a second. I'm with you. This shit gets me so mad. But anyway, Megyn Kelly said that shit. Let me get my shit in order here. Megyn Kelly said that, right? And now the Catholic League, right? And let's the Catholic League's whole deal. Because I'm sure they're gross. German Military Alliance, U.S. Civil Rights Organization, founded in 1973. Yep. Okay. Founded by a Jesuit priest, Father Virgil C. Bloom, to address what it saw as anti-Catholic discrimination in American government and pop culture. The purpose is to defend the civil and religious rights of Catholics and to ensure their participation in public life without defamation or discrimination. The organization became more aggressive and high profile after Bill Donahue became the president in 1993, and it is now the largest Catholic advocacy group in the U.S. It's known for public campaigns, lawsuits, and press releases concerning its own views on media, sex education, abortion, and other social issues. Okay? I haven't done any background looking into them. I don't know if there's any controversies with them or anything, but here's enough for me. How about this? Megyn Kelly is right about Epstein. Excuse me? Excuse me, Catholic League for Religious and Civil Rights? The fuck are you saying? Megyn Kelly is right about Epstein? All right, let's hear them out. Okay? Let's hear out what these psychos are trying to say. Bill Donahue himself penned this bad Larry. So this will give us a good idea of the leadership and what this organization is all about. Yeah, Ginger, I mean, it's a Catholic advocacy group. You know, that's pretty much enough right there. But this is still pretty shocking to just pen this. But here's what he said. Megyn Kelly is being bashed for saying that Jeffrey Epstein was not a pedophile. Her critics are plainly ignorant, and their gripe is not with her, it's with the American Academy of Pediatrics. It defines puberty as beginning at age 10 for whites and Hispanics and 9 for African Americans. A pedophile is a person who has sex with a prepubescent male or female, meaning someone 10 or younger. Bill Donahue, you fucking ghoulish piece of shit. In reference to Epstein, Kelly rightly noted that we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was under 10, I was under 14. She was also correct to say there's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. She was not justifying predators of any age, and indeed it is malicious to suggest she was. Well, I'm a fucking malicious person then. Fuck you. The context of her remarks was whether Epstein's predatory behavior qualifies as pedophilia. Clearly, it does not. Why does this matter to the Catholic League? For too long, the media and the chattering class have the chattering class? What the fuck is that shit? Like, holy fuck. Have said that the Catholic... This is crazy shit. For too long, the media and the chattering class have said that the Catholic Church clergy abuse scandal was due to pedophile priests. Wrong. The data clearly shows that the vast majority of priestly victims were male, 81%, and that 78% were post-pubescent. Why is this important? Because it means the molesters were homosexuals. Fuck you, Bill Donahue. Fuck you, you piece of shit. When males have sex with males who are post-pubescent, that's called homosexuality, not pedophilia. Fuck you, you fucking bigot. But the media ignored the data, thus avoiding the role that homosexual priests played. This allowed them to tag the offenders as pedophiles. The fact is only 3.8% of clergy sexual abuse victims were boys 10 or younger. Epstein was a sexual monster, but the discussion is marred when false comments are made about his behavior. It is even worse when people like Megyn Kelly are falsely blamed for justifying it. Holy shit. Bill Donahue, eat a goddamn fucking... I can't say what I want to say. Not a dick, if that's what you thought I was going to say. I was going to say eat something that would do something else. Let's look at old Billy Boy here so we can look at this piece of shit. Yep. I mean, looks about right. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. This is literally... Yo, this Wikipedia shit got updated today. This got updated, like, immediately. Hell yeah. Fuck that stuff, man. Yep. 3 days ago is when the article came out. He lives in New York? Oh, does he? Cinema says, why do people act like it's about the readiness of a child's body? It's about their brain. These people are just like, yeah, it's about the brain and the fact that they're not developed enough to consent, right? And that's like a fact. But these people, you know, they exactly, Kermit just said it right there. Always finding a way to blame gay people. That's always what it is. It's a scapegoat to say, it's not the priests, right? It's not us. It's our enemies. Even when it's clear as fucking day. Disgusting. Fuck Bill Donahue. He will have a spot in hell, no doubt about that. And I don't even believe in hell. But I think reality can bend a little bit for Bill Donahue. We won't even go into all this shit, but maybe this might be a video or something one day. This might be a whole fucking video. Man, I can't. Ugh. We live in a country run by pedophiles. That's just the bottom line. It's so goddamn gross. And Megyn Kelly's disgusting, and anybody supporting her is disgusting. Like, I don't know how people can live with themselves with that. But let's talk about Carolyn Levitt, because she got mad about something too here. Oh, he's from New Hampshire, Ginger? Yeah, okay. Oh, and you got family there? Fuck, man. Shit, that's crazy. Bill Donahue's a New Hampshire guy. Goddamn disgusting. So another person, you know, this is just like, I cannot stress to you enough how little these people care about children, right? And this is like, I mean, it's crazy because it's, I don't know. I don't have words for it anymore. But here's what really pisses me off, because they think that they get to live the same kind of lives as everybody else after doing all this kind of shit. And they think that they can just like do the same things that everybody else does. Carolyn Levitt really, really, really really pissed me off with this one. This headline is misleading. It says Carolyn Levitt left crying as she posts cryptic quote after running burnout risk. This is all very just misleading the way it is, but here's the information that I want to share with you. It says it looks as though Carolyn Levitt was in her feels over the weekend. The 28-year-old press secretary for Donald Trump, who was also mocked on Saturday Night Live, took to Instagram on Sunday to post a handful of stories with her 2.6 million followers. Levitt began her weekend insight by sharing some pics and videos of her trip to Palm Beach. I don't even know who the fuck follows Pam Bondi on Instagram. This is so weird. She revealed, "The ocean is my happy place," which I already hate. Just knowing that, like, she gets to have a moment of peace while she sends everybody else through hell. But here's what really kind of sets me off. Not this part, but after that. She then posted a snap of her breakfast at the Four Seasons Hotel in Palm Beach, which can set vacationers back up to a whopping $2,781 a night. It comes as Levitt was accused of airbrushing her husband, who was 32 years her senior, in a rare set of images. That's pretty wild. Yeah, so Todd, yeah, so it's the Mirror, which, yeah, means it's like a totally twisted story. Like, yeah, like I said, the headline is totally non-reflective of things. But she did make a tweet that is, you know, it's a real. She shared a real tweet. This is just where it happens to be from. That I'm grabbing it from. So she said, favorite breakfast spot with my hubs. But she, you know, she got her little fruit and granola and all that. This is what pissed me off. So she posts a chapter 11 of the Bible, right? Saying, book 1 of Corinthians. It describes the institution of the Lord's Supper for communion by Jesus on the night he was betrayed. The verse states that Jesus took bread, gave thanks, and broke it, saying, "This is my body, that is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Okay? And then she underlined a particular part, which goes, "For when I am weak, then I am strong." But here's what really pissed me off, really made me angry. She posts, because I guess she has like a 1-year-old or something like that. What a privilege. She shared this post or repost of someone else. What a privilege it is to have your bed taken up by a small human who thinks it's the safest place in the world to be. Now, this is the Attorney General. This is the attorney for the Department of Justice here for the Trump administration, who's making it possible and helping to remove children from their parents in so many situations. I don't even, there's been videos of it. I don't even want to share them because I can't honestly watch these videos of, like, I don't know if you guys saw the video of the guy, he was holding on to his kid in the car while they were, I can't remember if he got tased or something like that. And I can't watch that shit, honestly, without crying. And it's the fucking worst shit that I've ever seen. But, like, how dare you, like, voice that you get to have your child in your bed, like, safe and warm one. Like, here's one thing I will share. Here's what I will share real quick. Let's watch this video. Because it's tough, but this is what we should juxtapose her post with. Let's see. There was a teenager talking about this is it.
I'm scared.
All right, everybody. This is a heartbreaking video. I'm going to tell you right now. This is a tough video of this is the reality of what kids have to go through while they worry about their parents and things like that. While Carolyn Levitt gets to make posts saying, "I love having my child feel safe and warm in my bed."
For my parents to walk out there, to walk out their house because I might not be able to say goodbye to them if they go to work. I might not ever be able to say bye or see them again if you guys don't side with us. And I'm scared because of it, because they fought so hard to come here and choose a life for their kids. And I really hope you guys do hear what everyone in this room has been saying, and I hope you guys do side with us, because we are fighting for our rights. And we are getting treated like animals because people judge us by the color of our skin and the way that we talk. And we have a president that acts like a child and doesn't side with us because of the way he thinks about us. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of telling my mom and dad every day after school that, have you seen the new video of ICE pulling someone over because the color of their skin? I'm tired of everything. And I hope you guys really do something about it, because I really do want something to change, because I should not live like this as a 16-year-old. I shouldn't be scared. I should be focusing on school, and I can't even focus on school.
I mean, it's just heartbreaking. Kermit says, I heard this from my car. My daughter's Colombian friend wished that she wouldn't be deported so she could still see my daughter. And it took everything that you had not to cry and drive. Kermit, I don't even think I'd be able to hold it. You're stronger than me. I don't think I'd be able to even make it. It's a whole generation of kids. Like, we got kids that went through COVID, you know, and then they, like, I feel like we have a whole generation of kids that all went through COVID at different times during their you know, school periods. And then immediately after that, they're, you know, worried about these ICE deportations and being separated from their families. And, like, during all of that, they're fucking worried about school shootings because every fucking school has experienced at least a threat at this point. You know? Our shit's just, like, busted. Forced PTSD, Kermit. Yeah, that's like exactly what it is. Ginger, yeah, you say my kid is friend scared right now because of ICE, and what sickens the fuck out of me is these are grown fucking men taking children. Yeah, it's disgusting. Fucking gross. So yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that really, really bugged me. Just seeing Carolyn Levitt post what a privilege it is to have your bed taken up by a small human who thinks it's the safest place in the world to be. So that's the juxtaposition between, you know, and then, you know, this article is talking about, like, you know, so she has a little boy called Nico with her husband who was born on July 10th, 2024, right? So I don't know, maybe, I mean, look, I don't think you can be in her position and have a heart. The things they've done, I don't know. They're never going to change. They're demons. Demons forever. Anyway, let's palate cleanse, everybody. Because that sucked. That sucked. And, you know, I don't know. Let's palate cleanse with the little gaming stuff, guys. You guys see that Legend of Zelda photos? You see that Legend of Zelda photos, guys, from the movie? Looks cool. Look at this. That's that Legend of Zelda movie right there. I'm gonna say that looks pretty cool to me. They're filming it in New Zealand, so I'm down for that. I am down for that. That'll be some nice escapism. I'm Team Hunter. I wish Hunter Schafer was Zelda, but you know what? This person looks like good too. I don't know who Bo Bragson is. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. And that guy looks pretty Linkish to me. I don't know. Zelda has chickens, right? Zelda does have chickens. Zelda does have chickens. No, it's not Hunter Schafer. I know. I wish. Yeah, but it looks pretty cool to me. The images posted to Nintendo today are the first official glimpse of Bo Bragson and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth in costume, and come as Nintendo itself officially marks the start of production. Oh my god, if Link doesn't shield surf, yeah. If Link doesn't shield surf on that hill, we riot, 100%. I mean, they're filming in New Zealand. Mount Doom's there. Come on. Yo, are they going to use... Oh, man. Is that going to be like Goron Mountain or whatever? What is it called in Legend of Zelda? Why am I forgetting the name? Death Mountain or something like that. Nintendo's confirmation comes days after it was first reported that filming had begun in New Zealand, and shortly after fans discovered the project's shooting location. Over the weekend, unofficial videos shared on social media featured an earlier glimpse at Bragson Ainsworth and a third... Wait, unofficial... Ooh, wait. I want to see that unofficial shit. Oh, shoot. That looks cool. That's wild, yo. That's wild. I don't know, guys. I'm such a dork. I'm such a dork when it comes to this shit. I hate Nintendo as a company. Yo, what? That shit looks fire. Oh, I wonder if that's supposed to be Impa handing Zelda a sword. That might be sick as fuck. Yo, this... I don't know, man. I don't usually get hyped for movies and stuff, but, like... I like that. Thank God this Hobbit filmed this. Ginger said, yeah, if he talks, it ain't Zelda. Oh, what they do for Ganon? I wonder. That'd be cool. Watch us spy on the set of The Legend of Zelda. That's wild. Yo. Yo. Kermit. Hope it's not Dwayne Johnson as The Rock. Oh man, that'd be funny. I don't know, like, I don't know who these actors are, right? Like, are they even, like, are these, like, well-known actors or anything? I don't know, that Kevin Hart as Zelda. Cinnamon says Kevin Hart as Zelda. I love that. I don't know, I don't even know who these, actors are, which is cool, I feel like, because it helps be like, you know, the star power thing isn't getting in the way of like, suspending your disbelief or whatever. Dwayne Johnson is Ganon. Ganon would be a food guy, Link evil, and wins in the end. Oh yeah, Ganon would be the good guy, and Link does the heel turn. That'd be good. But anyway, that's a little peek at the Legend. I just want to share that with you guys because I thought it looked like it would be pretty cool, and you know, I love any of that. I love any of that that Zelda shit. I love that Zelda shit so much. Again, Nintendo's a company. They stink. They really stink. But god damn it if they don't have Mario and Zelda and Pokemon and Metroid and all that stuff that I like. So I don't know. Ajax, yeah, I like not recognizing actors too. Oh my god, Ginger, Kevin Hart as Navi would be Kevin Hart as Navi. Wait. All right. I think as something to do as we go through all of our bad news here, let's go ahead and in the chat drop your nightmare castings for Legend of Zelda, right? I want to see like Danny DeVito as Princess Zelda or something, okay? I want us to get creative here. Let me know your nightmare casting. Chris Pratt as Link. That would be... thank God we're not in that timeline. That's... Always remember, there's a timeline where Chris Pratt is going to play Link, and we're not in that one, so thank goodness. All that being said, let's go into our next bit of... let's go into our next bit of crippling news. So, I don't know if you guys have heard about the next sort of target for ICE and deportation stuff, but it was North Carolina this past weekend, and so 81 people were arrested in the immigration raids. So this is an article from The Guardian telling us about Charlotte in North Carolina. Thriving... Oh my god, Kermit. Let me just digest that before I move on to this article. Bill Cosby as Sandman. Terrible. Bad. Funny, but bad. Okay. Thriving business districts in North Carolina City now at a standstill after at least 81 were arrested over the weekend. This is a protest outside of...
Say it twice! We will not put up with ICE! We will not put up with ICE! Say it once and say it twice! Say it once and say it twice! We will not put up with ICE!
Crazy. Kermit doesn't say it's funny. Crazy to see... Like, I mean, or not crazy to see, but it's just, it's obvious nobody wants any of this shit. So let's hear about what's going on. Many communities in Charlotte, North Carolina, are reeling after federal Customs and Border Protection teams descended on the city at the weekend and arrested at least 81 people, while normally thriving immigrant enclaves and business districts came to a standstill. Federal agents were deployed in what the Department of Homeland Security, the parent agency of Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE, calls Operation Charlotte's Web, sparking protests. I hate their little fucking operation names too, like Operation Charlotte's Web. Oh, you're so clever. None of the people arresting and deporting these people have ever fucking read that book. Charlotte is the state's largest city, home to a steadily growing and diverse population. Over the weekend, videos circulated on social media that showed people being chased or simply picked up by federal agents outside of various local businesses. For the first time in 28 years, the popular Manolo's Bakery closed for the weekend. Our city has gone from a thriving city to a standstill, Charlotte City Council member-elect J.D. Mazuera Arias said in a telephone interview as he drove to the bakery to be in solidarity with his community as people came out to demonstrate against the crackdown. Owner Manolo Bentacure told the Charlotte Observer that we need to protect our families from family separation. Amid various actions by the Trump administration and its mass deportation agenda that are dividing loved ones as parents are deported. In East Charlotte, a predominantly Latino neighborhood, Willie Asiatuno captured a video of U.S. Border Patrol agents smashing his car window on Saturday morning, while bystanders recorded footage of him being pulled out of his pickup truck, thrown to the ground, and handcuffed while he shouted, "I'm a citizen." Asituno, a Honduran-born U.S. citizen, was later released. Speaking on the phone from one of the laundromats he owns in East Charlotte on Saturday morning, David Rebeloso fought back tears. I'm heartbroken, really," he said, adding that business has gone down significantly in the last week as reports circulated that Customs and Border Protection was coming to town. Many of his customers are construction workers who use his coin-operated machines to wash their weekly laundry. People are nervous just because of the tactics. Even me. I'm brown-skinned and I'm an American citizen. I'm a military vet. But here I'm thinking, should I be carrying my passport with me? In a press statement released on Sunday morning, I don't think you should carry your... it might be dangerous to carry your passport with you too, because they might take that. I mean, you just never know what these people are going to do. Tom, how long before ICE ramps up operations in the Southwest USA? Yeah. I like your guys' casting here. Yeah, move south for the winter. That's going to be what they do, right? People are nervous just because of the tactics. Oh, in a press statement released on Sunday morning, the advocacy organization Siembra North Carolina said Saturday was when the most immigrants were arrested in a single day in state history. These incidents include citizen reports of landscapers accosted in suburban neighborhoods in East Charlotte while putting up Christmas decorations. Border Protection also arrested a teenage worker at the Super G Mart grocery store, as reported by the Charlotte Observer. Like, why the fuck would you even need to do that? Store owner Pete Hahn told the newspaper that the boy was no older than 16. The most appalling thing was these guys still had the audacity to smile and wave at the camera after coming and dragging a boy out, pinning him against the concrete. And yeah, I mean, these Nazis are getting proud to be Nazis here. You know, that's just the way it is there. They're always happy to do their fascism. Democratic Governor Josh Stein on Friday had encouraged North Carolinians to bear witness and call out any injustice, and the arrests are set to continue. If you see inappropriate behavior, use your phones to record and notify local law enforcement, who will continue to keep our communities safe long after these federal agents leave, he said in a statement. And look, this is North Carolina, man. This is North Carolina. So the governor, you know, saying that the law enforcement is like basically like law enforcement going up against ICE. It's crazy. In 2018, 5 black Democrats ran for I don't know why I said it like that. 2018, 5 black Democrats ran for county sheriff offices under the promise of ending cooperation with ICE. They all won, including current Mecklenburg County Sheriff Gary McFadden, and severed their county's contracts with ICE. In retaliation, ICE launched a 2020 public relations campaign with billboards in Charlotte showing mugshots of immigrants arrested for crimes. That's crazy that a federal agency spends their money in retaliation against a state government. Like, insane. Cinemy, have a good night. Thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate having you here. McFadden said on Sunday that he was not surprised by federal agents' actions this weekend. This is something I've seen, something I've been battling repeatedly, he said. McFadden confirmed that his office will not assist ICE or Border Patrol agents with law enforcement actions. That also means the county cannot intervene in any federal arrests. Border Patrol are going to do what they are being tasked to do. We cannot stop that, he said. I would suggest that people stay out of their way. The sheriff, who is black, acknowledged that some communities welcome this. In Mecklenburg County, some communities welcome this in Mecklenburg County, and the others are living in fear and anxiety for the rest of this week. Maybe the rest of this year. Probably for the rest of their lives. Mentally, it's unbelievable to live in fear every day. African Americans can maybe understand it a little better than other people. Other local elected officials were also critical. We do not need to have Border Patrol, said State Representative Aisha Dew at a press conference on Friday. I'm not quite sure what border we're patrolling here. We don't have borders here in North Carolina that need to be protected. The distinction is what Council Member Missouri Arias says scares the community most. This moment feels different because we've never had to experience Border Patrol, he said. It's unprecedented and a gross violation not only of the constitutional rights of immigrants, but of U.S. citizens. There is zero communication about why they are coming here and what their objective is. While the Homeland Security website highlights its efforts to arrest criminals in this operation, being an undocumented immigrant in the U.S. is legally a civil offense, not a criminal one. Immigrant, which means, it's a civil offense. You can't be deported for that, or you shouldn't be able to be deported for that. Immigrants in allied communities began bracing for the worst a week ago. On the heels of aggressive and often violent operations in Los Angeles and Chicago, early rumors quickly circulated that Charlotte would be next. Stefania Arteaga? I hope I'm saying that right. Stefania Arteaga, co-founder of the Carolina Migrant Network, which provides pro bono legal services for detained immigrants. They might need some help right now, too. Carolina Migrant Network, which provides pro bono legal services for detained immigrants, said ICE activity this past spring shook the community. Her organization supported families after a raid in nearby Kings Mountain in April, where 30 people were arrested by ICE at the Buckeye Fire Equipment Company. In May, ICE swept the city of Charlotte, detaining a man a half a mile from Rebeloso's laundromat. When that happened, Arteaga said, Carolina Migrant Network began conducting verification trainings once a week. Now we're about to do them every day, she added. Charlotte has never had a heavier ICE presence in all of this year, said Nikki Marine Baena, co-director of Siembra, North Carolina. Rebeloso noticed business slowing down as soon as Donald Trump began his second term, promising mass deportation. Many people he knows left the country out of fear. They would rather forge their own destiny than be picked up by ICE and not know where they are going to wind up, he said. Families are being separated. A lot of people are nervous and scared. Carolina Migrant Network and Siembra, North Carolina, both run hotlines for community members to report and verify activity. In a statewide call last Tuesday, several organizers, politicians, and community leaders connected to strategize on tapping into collective resources. Hundreds are attending training on legal rights, and community patrols are offering rides to work, school, and church. Allies are learning how to help their neighbors, said Arteaga. I think that's a beautiful thing that's happening there. In a scenario where this administration is trying to sow division, we see an organic movement of community members trying to provide support and assistance. This is a great way to help out your community. If you know anybody, right, who needs a ride to work, things like that, these are where people need their protections on the just day-to-day level. Ajax Civil basically means a fine, no prison time, and you used to just pay a fine and get deported if necessary, right? So that's kind of the yeah. Pause over the ice. Yeah, totally understand, Kermit. Yeah, this is terrible stuff and just so gross. But I think this is important to know. You know, if we always think about what we can do to help people, this is the kind of small community stuff that I think is the best way to change things, right? Help your coworkers, your neighbors, people that you know, help them get to work, right? Just show human compassion and that basic level of empathy, right? And so, yeah, so basically, this kind of on that concept of small communities, helping your communities and doing things in that vein, I kind of want to touch on something, well, the other main topic I want to talk of tonight, and that's our leftists listening, okay? And what I mean by that is, you know, as people that identify as leftist or whatever, you know, I mean, it's a huge umbrella, right? I mean, there's so many different ways to be leftist or whatever, you know, whether you're liberal or, communist or anarchist. There's a lot of different ways you can exhibit leftism. But one thing I'm kind of seeing a lot of these days is really, I'm seeing a lot of influencers that, or a lot of authorities in leftism, and I kind of don't even like saying leftism as much as I'm saying it right now, because quite honestly, I, don't like to think of the parties as much as I can. I think, like, when I think of my own political affiliation, I have trouble even identifying who I would like fit in with. Not because I'm like, oh, this group doesn't necessarily have this specific value I'm looking for or whatever. It's just like, I don't know if things get caught up in the weeds with the labels of what things are or whatever that is. But I just find I always feel like it ends up being something that is wasting my time when I could be trying to communicate something more tangible or something like that. But with that being said, I've noticed some things from a couple leftist influencers that just, kind of got me feeling a certain way. Yeah, Kermit, like, yeah, the Dems aren't left. Exactly, right? I would say that even when it comes to liberalism, right? It's hard to say that that's necessarily something that's, from the left. But I think, everybody's you ask one person what is left and another person what is left, it's going to end up being two different things. So I kind of am like, I don't know. It's tough for me with the labels, but yeah, I wouldn't be like, the Dems are the left. I don't think they're the left at all. They're part of the right. They're part of an institution an establishment. I mean, look, we don't have a third party or anything like that, or anything that's big enough or a movement that's big enough. But we also just sort of say very easily, well, this is the way it is, and there's no other way to do it. So you got to play ball with them instead of making something new or better. And so that's in some ways kind of what I'm seeing. Basically, without beating around the bush here too much, didn't have bush beaten. Let me pull up a couple things. You know, I think when it comes to the main goal of leading with empathy, right? Maybe that's a better way of defining what I see as politically, you know, where I want to lead with empathy, right? I want my politics to be based in empathy and in, you know, humanism and that sort of thing. So I want to think of what we're doing from an empathetic standpoint. And so basically, one thing that I saw that I want to talk about, oh man, I'm so bad at Excel. I don't know how to scroll down a spreadsheet. I want to bring up a few different clips that I've seen. First of all, I want to show you a take from the community. I just want to talk about one thing that I was sent from within our community that I thought was a really good point. So the first thing I want to talk about is Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and the whole blowjob thing, right? Yeah, third party locally, best left and large vote until we can build a third party Kermit. That's not a big, that's a pretty good way to approach things. And you know, I'm always, and basically where I'm going to get to at the end of this is like, focus on your small communities and build it there. Like, and that's where the bigger thing is going to end up coming from. But let me get there. So I was shown this by one of our community members. Boom. Okay. So we all know about like the Donald Trump blue Clinton thing that came out in the Epstein files, right? And I like when I first when it first came out, I was kind of with everybody else and I was, you know, cracking jokes about it, sending the memes or whatever. And then like a day ago, a community member like had mentioned to me how they've been seeing so much about it that it's getting to the point where it's like, all right, like, is this even like doing anything anymore? Or is this veering into homophobia, right? Or something along those lines. So this was one of the memes that's been going around a lot, right? This like Brokeback Mountain meme of Clinton and Trump. Now, within the Epstein files, like, why is this a thing? Like, why does this matter? Or does it feel like, to some people, this might feel like, you know, maybe it's something like, what do you call it? Like, when you're just doing something for the appearance or whatever, like the politics on the surface there, right? But one thing that I started thinking about after I got this message and everything, and I started thinking about it, and I also the earlier in the day saw a couple like thumbnails about the thing that made me feel weird about it as well. Like I eventually started seeing all this stuff, you know, all these memes, which on their own, like, can be funny, you know? No, Kermit, I get what you're saying. Like, I know most people aren't trying to come from a point of homophobia, and the fact that they are so hypocritical about their morality is what a lot of people, you know, latch onto. And, you know, I get that, especially when it comes to people in power, right? But some of these people, like, you know, when we communicate those memes to each other, you know, maybe that is the way it is. But I will see, you know, people like these accounts posting memes like this and then see the other work that they post, right? And they will fall within the lines of other like homophobic material, right? So in a way, it's our message can maybe get blended in with something like this, misinterpreted, right, turned into something that maybe your intention wasn't homophobia, but it does eventually veer into the area of it, right? Like this thumbnail. Let's see, did I save it here? Okay. Donica Lewinsky. Okay. Bill Clinton got what from Trump? Now, you know, Monica Lewinsky is a victim, right? Photoshopping Donald Trump's face on her, you know, is kind of a shitty thing to do. Kermit, I get you. We have to take the gloves off. We have to take the kid gloves off. I get you. My thing is this really taking the kids' gloves off? This feels more childish than anything to me, especially when what really came out in those documents, right, could actually be more significant. Or actually, I'm sorry, is a lot more significant because it's information about crimes against, sex crimes against children. But aside from that, right, aside from the conversation getting distracted or off track or whatever, right, turning into this silly thing, it ends up, Ajax says, Def don't need to make fun of these creeps with gay ridicule. They've done so much worse. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, Kermit, hours alone with the victim. Yes, right, exactly, yeah. So, like, while you and I, like, we may have a joke about it and not be coming from that place, people who actually, like, support Trump, you know, this to me, like, we're mocking a sex abuse victim. These two, like, powerful motherfuckers have destroyed so many lives. It almost, in a way, turns them into this, like, little childish thing where it's like, oh, it's just a little joke. And aside from all that, the most important thing that everyone should be talking about right now is that the release of these files is probably going to be bastardized anyway completely, because now that Pam Bondi is investigating, or, you know, they're saying the Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice is going to investigate the Democrats on, like, what is going on, or they're going to investigate the Democrats on the Epstein files. That's going to actually really fucking suck for everybody, because once those files become part of that court case, we won't be able to actually open them, right? Besides that, I'm sure they're completely bastardized and redacted the way it is, you know? So I sort of started thinking about it and started going, you know, as much as I think these jokes, like, you know, there might be some funny ones, and there may be some people making them or whatever that I like Tom says a good left-wing YouTuber called Harper O'Connor makes good content encouraging other leftists. He even has a guide for leftist YouTubers getting started on YouTube. Oh, that's cool. I got to check them out. And I think that's like that sounds like something positive, and I think, like, really awesome. But, like, look, if we turn this into, like, Donica Lewinsky, this automatically could ostracize, like, you know, females from that base, like, male victims of sexual assault, queer victims of sexual assault. Like, this just fucking, it doesn't hit. It's not hitting the right way for me, like, honestly. And I saw a bunch of videos, like, once I started seeing people making full videos about it, then I was like, all right, we might be missing the plot here with, like, just for the joke. When I would much rather see, like, oh, Ginger, yeah, dude, that would be fucking awesome. Ginger, please, do you want to hop on? Like, I would love to hear your take on this. Like, I would love to get an actual queer voice on this. So let me get you. Do you want to hop on? Discord? Let me get Ginger up in here. Ginger is one of our community members, a queer community member who is fucking awesome. I love Ginger. Yeah, Donica Lewinsky is terrible. Okay, cool. Ginger, I'm gonna get you. I so know how to do this. Okay, Ginger, let me make you a friend, and let's hop on a call. Yes, Ginger is the best, everybody. If you know Ginger already, this is gonna be a treat. We're very excited about this. Boom. Okay. Ginger, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right. And I think I've got you coming through in the stream as well. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it here. Ginger, why don't you just take the stage and yeah, let us know how you're feeling about all this stuff. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, as I talked about it before, the thing is, like, there's plenty of people who crack jokes. That can be kind of funny. Problem that I've been seeing though is that with a lot more like, heterosexual cis people is that they're just cracking jokes on the fact that it's just a man sucking another man's dick, and because of that, it's like it just becomes very homophobic. Like it's weaponizing homophobia in order to attack an opponent, and that's where the problem really comes. That's basically it.
Yeah, no, I 100% see that, Ginger, and like it kind of feels like, while we're choosing our tools to develop what we want and to see in the world, like what do we pick? What are the tools that we actually use? This is not a tool that we have to use, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go on, please.
Oh, well, no. Okay. So see, that's the thing is like we have so many other things that we can go for rats of like, he's a pedophile. Like that's right there is like, bam. And I understand that people want to use the narrative that, well, the right would hate him more for being gay than pedophile, which, yeah, understandable. However, wait, when you take that and you use the homophobia against them, you're now just doing what they do, and you're now also attacking other people who are gay, who are queer, who are whatever. So it's like you're making fun of their experience. You're making fun of what they do in order to attack the opponents. I don't, it's kind of counterproductive. Now you're just alienating a whole group of people.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, sorry. Go on.
No, Ginger, that was great. And one thing you said that I wanted to just like point out that I think was a really good point is, you're using like you said, they might hate Trump more for being gay than being a pedophile. But like, if we're making those jokes to try to be like, oh, I'm reaching out to the other side, right? Like we could be bipartisan on this. It's like I don't want to be bipartisan on making fun of gay people or like hating gay people, right? Like and that's why I think like if we send a meme in the Discord or something, it's one thing, and even then I think at that point, thinking about the context within it all, I wouldn't do that at this point just because I think it's like it's not the right tool to use even within our own group, because I would never want anyone in our group to feel ostracized. And I don't care if like the thought on like the conservative side or the right side is like, oh, tender, like, what is this? Like I don't know. I feel like there's sometimes a thought of like, oh, like maybe people got tired of like what was considered like polite culture or being accepted, but that is what evolves our society. Like we define our hate,
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you've seen plenty of things that type before. I can get down and low, but I'm just saying, like, there's ways you can get down low without having to be like, haha, it's a grown man sucking another grown man's dick. It's like, okay. And I mean, I understand like the initial reaction is like, wait a minute, I was not expecting this.
Yeah, it was
so
shocking.
It's like, okay, well, more something shocking. I'm like, damn, okay, like, sounded funny. But it's also like once you go, and the other thing too is like if you go check out a lot more people who are like queer, trans, whatever, that are making their own memes about them because they are, you'll see that the joke isn't so much of like uh sucking dick and this and that. It's more of like they're just cracking jokes on like more like, hey, I'm it for you kind of thing. Like, hey, your choice, da 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 da. And that's still in a way reminding the right that hey, look, the president that you love so much is doing stuff that you hate so much, without having to be like, oh, you're so good.
Right. No, 100%. And that's why I feel like, yeah, when I saw everybody doing like full videos on it, I was like, like, really? Like, you're going to do 8 minutes on, like, I get it. The initial shock of like Trump, like, and the other thing is we don't even know if it's fucking real. Like, this is literally just an email of a dude being like, honestly, an email that like any fucking straight cis dude would send to so many people being like, oh, is your dude over there? Did you tell him about how he sucked a dick? He's so gay. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's your middle school humor that's like fucking tired and played out, but I can't take that and be like, oh, Trump definitely sucked Clinton's dick.
Well, yeah, and there's also like, I mean, before I transitioned, for 35 years, I was presented as a dude. I know about the dude talk. I know about how, and people would just make accusations anyways. It's like, I mean, if you look at it, like if one dude stands up for another dude, it's like, why you dick rat? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
right.
It's you can only take that with a grain of salt. The other thing I would probably add too is that really, how long, if you really think that you're going to win this war against fascism by one meme alone, then I think it's more now you're just using it as excuse.
Yeah.
And maybe some people who want to stay adamant about it, adamant on, oh, we need to stick to this whole narrative right here. I think maybe you need to check where you're coming from with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then it sounds more like now you're just using an excuse to to kind of like you're homophobic. Not you, but like other people that I've seen plenty of times.
Yeah, no,
Where it's
100%.
like, yeah, I think you might want to. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that there's just better ways of doing it. But I think you were saying it before, perfectly fine. I just felt like maybe there was like some hesitation because you don't want to you know you don't want because you're straight and everything. You don't want to say certain things that might come out of context and whatnot. So I wanted to jump in really quick and just be able to speak out too, so that way.
Well, Ginger, I'm so glad you did too, because I mean, this is the whole point of like even this segment. I want us to be able to listen to each other, right? Like,
Right. Oh, absolutely.
And honestly, yeah, as I am trying to express it to everybody, like it's even just because like I don't have the direct experience to even like be like, it didn't offend me until I realized what the bigger implication of all of it could be. And it's not just like a purity sort of a thing, right? Like it's not about being like wokest in the room or whatever. It's about genuinely understanding that the institutionalized homophobia that is baked into our society, it reveals itself in these ways, and it is further enabled by us making these jokes that ultimately, what are they going to do? And why do we even care about defending them, right? Like you said,
right.
this joke, this whole situation, this isn't going to bring Trump down, right? If fucking kids isn't bringing him down, a consensual blowjob between two men will not bring him down.
It's just that, yeah. And also, before that even came out, there was so much disapproval even coming from MAGA with Trump that it's like, it's it happened. We found out that this was said in the email. People crack their jokes, and then you move on, kind of thing. I think for me, it's just more of I've been seeing people on the. You can say they're on the left. They are on the left, but they're to put it in the most polite way, they're liberals.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole discussion on its own. But so I'm just saying, like, it's like, okay, you guys are now cracking the jokes. Like, I'll just say this. Thank God that it was Bubba and not somebody of a different race, because you would
Oh
have
my
a lot of
God.
race.
That's a great point. Oh my God.
Like, every white person be like, oh, it's my time to shine. It's like, oh my God.
Oh my
No.
God. If Trump sucked Obama's dick, I don't even know.
Oof.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
You
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, Ginger, I'm really glad you called in to talk about it. And I think us talking about it together also helps, I think get the point across in a way that helps people understand that it's not just like this small little thing. Because again, I think a lot of people would immediately turn to like, it's just a joke. You're being sensitive about it. And look, I love a joke.
Yeah.
We're all jokers. We in the Discord, we sending goofs around all the time.
Oh, we crack it all the time. Hell yeah.
We crack
No,
funnies.
I mean, well, I'll because I'm gonna let you do the rest of your stream. So, but I'll just leave it on this note really quick.
Mhm.
Is that with like you said the joke thing? It's like, yeah, there's been a lot of times. You can ask any trans person, even on like leftist spaces and stuff, how many times we had to be like, oh yeah, haha, it's funny, because then it's just gonna be drama and shit.
Right.
So now your server's actually been really good. Anybody who's listening who ain't on the server, you should check it out. I'm just saying. Also, hit that like and subscribe. And I'm gonna let you do your stream.
You're the best, Ginger. We love you so much. Thank you for calling in. This was really great.
Absolutely. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me on.
All right, we'll talk. I'll
All right,
talk
I'm
to you in a
going
little
back.
bit.
All right, sounds good.
Guys, make sure you give Ginger a shout out in the chat there. Like, so awesome. We really appreciate being able to hear directly from queer voices on a subject like this, and I think you were 100% like, it really, really made me think about this as well. Oh man, that Boondocks episode, Ajax, is a great episode. Ginger, you did amazing. No, that was a panic attack. You did so good. And I think, like, for me personally, I'll say, like, I learned just from talking to you how to more look at that sort of a thing and understand it for what it is and the damage that it can do. Because, like, again, this Donica Lewinsky thing, this isn't it. This isn't helping us. This isn't bringing people in to what we want to do. This is pushing people away, right? And as a matter of fact, it's enabling what the right wing does, okay? This is an absolute homophobia enabler, and I don't like that, I don't want that in the world that is being created and that my child is going to live in. So continuing on that, I wanted to talk about Hassan Abi. He's in China right now, doing a stream there. And now I'm not like an anti-China person, but I'm also not a, total rider for China, because I just don't trust any government. I mean, that's all superpowers here, right? I don't really trust any government in a lot of ways. So, and actually, before we even get into the Hasanabi stuff, I wanted to actually read this post from the Leftist Reddit. Another instance of, where we can listen better in our group and as leftists, right? So genuine question from my fellow leftist, from a disabled leftist. Why don't any of you care about the disabled? I've never seen anyone speak on what's happening to the disabled communities across the world. Instead, what I've seen is leftists attacking the disabled unprovoked whenever we call attention to the issues we face. Some of us even get laughed at or told we're perpetuating identity politics when we speak on the issues that affect us. Why is that? Why don't you care about the disabled people? Why not bring attention to what's happening to the disabled as well as everyone else? If you know someone personally that is disabled, are you helping that person buy the necessities that they need? Purchase the necessities that they need? Or are you just ignoring them and telling them to suck it up because we're in it together? Or are you telling them that identity politics don't matter? Thousands of disabled people are dying and going homeless daily all over the world, yet the disabled communities get ignored and are treated like we're subhuman. Being in a community means helping the disabled, elderly, and homeless. This means helping us financially. We need you, so help us. Don't leave us behind to die. Now let's see what some of these comments are here. Capitalists mention you have to work hard and succeed, and if you don't have it, that's on you. I always mention what happens for the disabled, born disabled, or an accident happens. Obviously, capitalism isn't designed for that. In terms of leftists, I have never heard personally any leftists not include disabled. I've heard liberals with the most wild takes, like the homeless is their fault, etc. Now, that's interesting. I mean, like, saying that you haven't heard personally of any leftists not including the disabled, I think that happens without you necessarily noticing it. I think the disabled would notice that better just because, I mean, they're more in tune with what that is. And it's not like, you know, if you're watching a streamer talk about something or you're watching a YouTube person or whatever, you know, you're probably not thinking about whatever that story is in the those sort of terms. Like, you know, for example, I am not physically disabled in any way that like prevents me from walking or something like that, right? So maybe if you're hearing a story about something or somebody's reporting on something, they might be talking about the benefits of something without considering any challenges that may go along with being, you know, unable to walk or something like that. That's something that you wouldn't hear somebody saying, "Oh, fuck the disabled" or something like that. It would just be something that's going on in the conversation, but just not inherently incorporating this group, right? Like if we talk about institutionalized racism or institutionalized homophobia, there are going to be institutionalized versions of discrimination that may be subconscious in a way, right? And you might not necessarily be thinking of it, okay? Tom says, thank you for covering that, Hellion, as a disabled leftist. Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, 100%. Ginger says, I'm disabled well legally. I always get that imposter syndrome because mine is mentally agoraphobic, ADHD, PTSD that is debilitating from past trauma and some severe anxiety. Been working at it. Glad you're working on it. It is absolutely a valid disability. Like, you know, I understand. I have ADHD, and that certainly holds me back in some ways. And then I modify my life for those things, right? I adapt. And I think when we covered the other week the disabled artist in that video, because they were talking about how a lot of AI bros will claim, oh, AI is a tool for the disabled, and you not supporting it makes you against the disabled. And a disabled artist was literally on that video saying, no, that's not the case at all. Disabled people adapt, and you know, we don't want our stuff stolen by AI as well. You know, yeah, Ajax, yeah, I wish tax money went to help fund that. Yeah, it would be, these are the things, right? Like, there's a whole world of people that, like, we're not going to know about their struggles because we don't experience them ourselves, right? And we've never had to. So, like, we do have to be open to all of this stuff, right? And I think saying, like, in terms of leftists, like, honestly, I think this kind of thing kind of is kind of like shutting down, in a way, what this person is saying. In terms of leftists, I have never heard personally any leftists not include the disabled. Well, that doesn't mean there's not plenty that don't, you know? I've heard liberals with the most wild takes, like the homeless is their fault, etc., right? I'm sure, honest, like, you know, to say leftism is above, like, another group in this regard, like, just, it's, if somebody's telling you something, you know, receive it, listen, you know, especially if you don't have that same perspective. Workers' rights include the disabled. If the system was actually fixed, there would be care for all, regardless of status or ability. I care. I think the entire point of leftism or Marxism to me is to acknowledge that the least advantaged of society first. Very early on to the USSR, disability care was universal. I think the issue is expecting the liberal power structure to give any meaningful concessions that can't just be destroyed by austerity eventually. I have posted about wearing a mask due to the ongoing COVID pandemic in this sub numerous times. When framed as an act of rebellion, people here are into it, wearing masks to protest, for example. However, when it's framed as a personal responsibility in protecting the most vulnerable among us, it was met with derision. What you're describing is not a unique experience, unfortunately. Okay, see, now this is a good insight. Okay. You're just going to be met with a lot of excuses again. Disability is a 4-letter word to most still. They like to use as props, but never actually listen. If they don't excuse themselves, they might actually feel bad. But I also look at it like this, at least for the USA. We've committed an entire Holocaust in Palestine in about 2 years on American tax dollars and weaponry, which obviously includes disabled people as well. So it aligns that the ones getting currently beat and murdered the most just have to suck it up for the greater good. Todd says a long-running debate is whether or not autism is a disability. It's an intellectual disability, which I have, but whether or not it's an actual disability is still an interesting debate. Sure, and I think, Todd, I think the important thing is that there's people that are going to have different varieties of needs, and we need to make room for people with those needs and understand that, this shit changes and evolves, right? And I think as a lot of times we have a knee-jerk reaction when somebody is criticizing us about not understanding something. And to be told oh, you're not considering the disabled. I think a lot of people will hear that and then go what are you talking about? I don't hate disabled people, but it's that's not necessarily what's being said. What's being said is X, Y, Z. But people try to circumnavigate that sometimes. Tom says, I need to work on getting into therapy because I have a hard time connecting with other people. Tom, if you can do it, if you can get into therapy, that's always a great option. And I hope that helps you. And if there's any, we're always here for you. You can always join our Discord and everything. And we got a lot of love over here. Let's see this. As a black disabled woman, I never expect help from anyone or any group that labels themselves as leftist because 99.9% of the time they aren't leftists. If they are academic leftists with tunnel vision, echoing ideology from racially homogenous countries with no real connection to different cultures or abilities. Instead, I look for, join, or build community with anyone who's doing the work that is important to me and or affects me. Key. This is how we make things better. We look for, join, or build community with anyone who's doing the work that is important to me and or affects me. Okay? This is how you can, this is how at your job or whatever, if you are doing the thing that you are best at, you're going to be the most successful, right? If you're doing a job that's not something you're good at, it's going to be difficult for you. But if this is why it's good to focus on causes that maybe have a connection to you, right? We can't focus on everything all at once, as much as it would be great to. And as much as we sometimes try to consider every single thing, we're always going to do the best in our lane. I know for me, one of the things that I'm best at is, coming online, entertaining, and talking about these things from a human standpoint. And I can help try to develop my community in that way, because this is the way I will talk to people that I see in my day-to-day life as well, right? When my wife is working with the kids at her music studio, who before she had a brick and mortar studio, they were all coming to our house. I would know them very well, and I just got to know, I know so many people, so I always just try to go from a human place first. And the more we do that, the better it's going to be, and the more we stick to the things we're great at, the better we'll be at developing those things. So if you're disabled and you know about disabled advocacy, right, those things might be something you're good at. And in a community like ours, right, you can ask for people to contribute in whatever way they can. And that's how we slowly build things up, right? So that's... Oh, I like okay, I like the chat. We're looking out for each other in the chat. I like this. So yeah, this I think is important. So continuing, she says, instead, I look for, join, or build community with anyone who's doing the work that is important to me and or affects me. We have to cobble together our community this way, as we have done for centuries. Just like the concept of Black Wall Street, we have to do our own XYZ because we are never going to be included and racism is never going to go away. This is a great comment here. Boom, hit it with the old upvote. Honey Butterflies here says, too, I'm trying to learn to be better towards disabled people. I work harder to understand now that my partner is disabled himself after a near-fatal accident in March. My prospective second partner is a diabetic, and my dad is a diabetic. I guess I'm also disabled with being mentally ill. Seems like a loaded assumption to say leftists don't care. Well, no, I don't think that's... Is it a loaded assumption? I don't think that's a loaded assumption because I think, you know, generally the world has shown right now that the world doesn't care so much. And so, yeah, I mean, we're under there. Pretty wild assertion. I'm not saying advocacy for individual groups who are exploited under our system is equal. It's most definitely not. I do see a lack of general awareness of the struggles of our disabled comrades and a lack of ongoing, a lack of organizing and mobilizing around that, which does need to change. But to say that we don't care about the disabled as a blanket statement is a pretty myopic and reductive take. I mean, you know, you could argue it's myopic and reductive to, you know, just take that take and then reduce it to that. I think what this person is trying to say is not like an attack on, or I don't know, people I think generally will receive things as like an attack. You're attacking me. Wow, you're attacking leftists. Like, just listen. I think like we could do better for the disabled. All that said, okay, this is a genuine thing that we should be focused on, and it's just a part of. Oh, let me drop that Discord link. Drop that Discord link for you guys. I see good chat there, and I want to make sure you guys have the link. So going beyond that, okay, I think I think that's an important thing to consider. I want to talk about Hassan's China trip a little bit, because a few things have happened that are a little bit disheartening, I think. I'm not like the biggest fan or anything, but this is obviously someone who's a bigger voice in the leftist sphere here. Somebody who has a lot of mainstream play and that sort of stuff. And I want to show you guys a couple things and get your takes on it as well. Since he's been in China, there's been a couple incidents. I want to show you the incident where the police saw him sharing a meme and investigated him, basically. Or maybe not investigated is the best word. But I think they took his phone to look through it. And then I want to show you, his reaction to that and his reaction to some people talking about how China has been doing some anti-LGBTQ sort of stuff in their policy. So let's go through a few of these here. Now, this is from the live stream failed subreddit, which I think just hates him. So I'm not gonna read the comments really because it doesn't really matter with those takes. I want to talk with you guys about all of this stuff. So this one's titled Chinese Security Police Harassed Hassan Piker while he was live streaming in Tiananmen Square.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if you see right there on his phone, I don't know if that's she or anything, but he had a meme up or something, a picture. Now the police are talking to him.
Okay.
So the camera's down. They've asked him to stop filming for a moment. Okay, so they said, did you take a photo? They want to see the photo.
So have you recorded anything?
No, not yet. No.
They asked if they recorded anything.
Yeah, he
turned the camera out, but I didn't do anything yet. 对，拿手机弄一背景，那是什么东西？把它打出来。叫 recording。刚才那个背景。
So he wants to see the background of your.
Oh, of my phone?
Yeah. Sure.
They want to see the background of the phone.
Other phone. Oh. Another.
Okay.
Good on there, but my internet is not so good. Okay, we'll
On your
back. Okay,
the internet on your phone, isn't it?
We're back.
We're just waiting for Will to get out of the bathroom now.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if there's a line to the bathroom.
All right, so they got their phone back. So the cops saw something on the phone and they wanted to take a look at it. Okay, so this was his response to that incident.
They thought, so that thing that we went to, okay, the flag raising ceremony it's not in focus. Hold on, I'm gonna fix it. The flag raising ceremony that we went to is not a thing that white people normally go to, right? It's not normally something that like white people attend, right? And I assume that they are probably extra attentive and extra careful about people coming to do some fuck shit. Like, there's a reason why, for example, there were Chinese nationals on each other's backs, right? But I knew that, like, if we did it, we would get called out by cops. Because, like, by and large, especially, like, the government is aware of, like, how they are perceived or how much, like, anti-Chinese propaganda exists out there. And I think the older people are also aware of it as well. But I think the younger populations in China are, ironically enough, less aware. Like, the younger normies are less aware of the animosity that exists, which shouldn't exist at all, obviously, but unfortunately does. And it's almost entirely one-sided, entirely designed by America. But yeah, we're white. So as foreigners in China at this like national event rather than an international one, where as you guys noticed, like they didn't have any like foreigners there at all. He thought he saw something on the phone. Like he thought we were like making a mockery. You know what I mean? They didn't realize that we were swagged out white boys who love China. Are you being careful with your words? No, I'm just telling you like it is. Like they thought they were being extra attentive to make sure that no one is making fun of Mao or anything like that or the ceremony, and that's what they were. That's what it was. It's normal for police to take close to foreigners to make sure that white people don't do stupid shit. Yeah, it's just it's a cultural difference, and also they just don't want anyone to pull a fucking Logan Paul or anything like that. How was it resolved? What do you mean? We just like talked to him. We just were like, no, that's not. We're not doing that at all. We're just here to experience the event.
I mean, so the thing that kind of like really bothered me about this, I'm like, the cops just took your phone to go through it, like, because of a meme or something. Like, we literally had that happen in the U.S. We had somebody at the hospital get or at the hospital, I'm sorry, at the airport get deported because they had a meme of JD Vance on there, right? Like this is nothing happened from it, but like to get investigated like that, it's a little strange, and then it feels a little bit like given an excuse for it, like I don't know, like it feels like very, very ready. Again, it's not like an anti-China thing. I don't want this to happen to anybody, right? Anywhere. Like Ginger, yeah, Hassan's got good takes and bad ones. He's also got money and all that. On a general sense, I don't think he's bad, but whatever happened there, that isn't good. Yeah, I'm the same with you, right? Like, I think he's got good takes. I think he's pretty educated on a lot of stuff. But I also think, there's bad takes in there. I think obviously he's got a problem with, the way I don't know if you guys have seen some of the clips of the way he responded to like one of his black chatters or something. I think he does have a problem with like, listening. And I think that's part of what I want to talk about here. Listening to other people within your constituency and not just assuming you know everything, or I feel like it leads to this arrogance that's like what is this like defense of the government going through your phone, like of being at this event, and I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what he's going to say when he comes back, but I know that he's a big fan of China, like I'm sure he's getting paid to be over there or something. And honestly, I think that in terms of his opinion stuff, he's a little compromised for me in terms of like, again, I would listen to some opinions, and I always say this: never listen to one person on the internet, please, for the love of God. I do find that a lot of people listen to him and just like, you know, that's it. But like, we should not do that with anybody ever. Me too. Like, right? Like, don't listen to just me. I always say this: don't just listen to me. Find your own thing, follow up on it, right? Let's see what else he has to say. But, you know, just it's a strange sort of a thing to have the police come up to you, investigate your phone. That's a big violation of privacy, you know? Let's see.
You know, I told you I would end up in jail. You got lucky this time? Yeah, okay, calm down. That's not, you're being ridiculous. This is actually one of the things that I want to show Americans in general, because like people have this like false assertion, false notion that it's people have this like false notion that it's like they will arrest you for a meme or whatever. It's not like that at all. Okay, calm down. It's funny because like I've dealt with cops at this point all around the world, as you guys know.
I was just saying that, like, you know, I think it's you know, obviously don't listen to just one person at a time. A lot of people listen to like just Hassan, they like live by it or whatever. But the whole, like, you know, the government or the police coming up to you and going into your phone, right? Like, that's just insane. Like anywhere. And it's a little concerning to like be defending that so virulently in this way, like being like, this is the thing I want to show Americans, right? Like that to me, it's not just like, oh, this thing happened, like, you know, it was whatever, we'll talk about it when we get home. Like, you know, like it's nothing like that. It's like, this is one of the things I want to show Americans, that it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, you can be here and they're gonna look through your phone and it's not gonna be a big deal. Like, you're on a publicity tour over there. Yeah, you know, I'm like, oh, Ginger, I'm fucking dense. Yeah. So the other thing too is, you know, Hassan recently talked about he's been assisting a lot of Democrats with their party, with their campaigns and stuff like that before the elections and things like that. You know, so it worries me a little bit. I think it's somebody who's maybe, you know, concerned about their career in some way. When is Hassan grocery store video like Tucker's Russian? Yeah. Well, Ajax, he kind of did it. He kind of did one for a medical place. I'll show you. Anyway, let's see what he has to finish saying here.
So as far as like cops that I've dealt with all around the world, you know, European cops in France, American cops, just European cops in other European countries, and even Japanese cops as well, I will say that it's not even remotely up there. The further west you go, the worse cops get, the more aggressive they get. America being the worst one out of all of them.
And like that might be true. You know, I'm sure the cops in America are way worse, but you know, I still don't think that's like, oh, that's why it's okay, right? Like we shouldn't be okay with that. Ginger says, I haven't been in other countries. Is it just the U.S. where cops can't just ask for phone? I don't know. Like, you know, I would, hopefully it's like everywhere. But I mean, there's a lot of other countries where they're not going to have that sort of freedom, where, you know, there's going to be people that, you know, I think China, especially, like, they have anti-censorship. That's like, you can't speak against the good of the general party or something like that, you know? But okay, so this was bad enough on its own. I didn't like this, but here's the thing that I saw next that really really bugged me, because now this is, you know, him defending against things that have happened that are anti-queer in China. So here we go. Yeah. Ginger says, yeah, I don't think American police are okay either. But like, yeah, it's like, I'm not going to start being like, oh, they're so much better. I like these police. They can check my phone, you know? Fuck that. So here we go.
I don't think that's why China blocked gay dating apps. I don't think that's true. I think you saw that on Twitter. I don't know if that's true. Chatter.
Ginger, you are correct. You can't search Tiananmen Square history in China. So you can't read about that. You are correct.
This is exactly what I mean. If you get your notes from Twitter, which, by the way, Like you'll.
I don't know what he's about to say about getting your notes from Twitter, because this guy gets everything from Twitter. What are you talking about? Yeah, Ajax, depends on the country and the color of your skin, for sure. 100%. Depend on how you're going to be treated by police.
If
you're like, you know, on a publicity tour for the country and you're like a celebrity in that regard.
I think you saw that on Twitter. I don't know if that's true. Chatter, this is exactly what I mean. If you get your notes from Twitter, which by the way, like you'll see, we're about to go to Chengdu. What's really funny about this is like China's gay as hell. like
I'm sorry, that can't just be the defense. Like, China's gay as hell. That's it.
Just watch the stream and you will see.
Like, this to me is very, very out of touch. Like, this stream is the gateway to see all of Chinese queer acceptance, Chinese government's queer acceptance. I don't think so.
Like Austin's been on the apps. That's so funny. There is like, I mean, it's true. Apple removes Chinese gay dating apps on government order. Okay, but that's Apple.
And that's another. Like, see, these clips are really, I'm not a fan of, because it's like, yeah, like Apple removes 2 gay dating apps in China to comply with government order. How are you gonna say, yeah, but that's Apple? That's literally the government being like, Apple, take these down, and Apple being like, will do. Like, I honestly, like, look, don't get me defending a goddamn conglomerate. Don't get me fucking defending Apple. Like, you know, they didn't. That's not Apple. That's a government order. I think, you know, I don't think they give as much of a shit. But that's crazy, you know? Oh, Ginger, you have a video by a queer Chinese citizen who talks about that? Definitely drop that in the Discord. And if we don't cover it today, we'll cover it on Thursday. Yeah, Ajax is next. He'll say it's actually okay that they have child labor and Taiwan shouldn't be a country. Yeah, I think he has said something kind of similar about Taiwan, quite honestly. All right, but let's keep going here.
Blued and Finca, 2 of China's most popular gay dating apps, suddenly disappeared from Apple's Chinese App Store, fanning fears among LGBTQ people. Dude, that's Apple.
Like, how dare you? Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, there's like Chinese people, like queer Chinese people are fucking fearful of this, and you're like, dude, that's Apple. Dude, that's Chinese government. What?
Wait, this happened yesterday? Okay, I'm gonna go ask people if it's like still available on Huawei. Because guess what? Not everything you read in news media is as it seems. Is all.
It's just baseless, man. I'm not saying that this article is 100% fucking true, but like, this has more information on it than you. You're just saying that's not true.
All I'm saying when it comes to stuff like this, especially considering that even the likes of Newsweek, for example, those apps are super fucking popular. For the record,
just anecdotal.
Those apps are super popular. For the record, just so you know.
It's okay to not know.
And I assume, I mean, I might be totally wrong on this.
Yeah,
but I assume they might have done it for like data related reasons, like privacy related reasons. As far as like, it's kind of like Grindr. I think Grindr was about to be sold. Grindr was about to be sold to a Chinese company, and then they refused to. Yeah, see, Top G is correct. We tried to buy Grindr and expand it to China, but your Congress blocked the sale because they feared of being outed. Literally. Grindr was supposed to be sold to a Chinese company, I'm pretty sure. And the American government literally blocked that deal from happening because they were like, no, too many of our dudes are sucking penises on there. Too many dudes in Congress are sucking penises on there. We can't let like the Chinese get backdoor access into this. This is a real thing that took place. And I assume that this is basically the reverse version.
So yeah, I mean, that I find really interesting. And then there was one more time where it got brought up, you know, it just feels like a very much, you know, defensive, because even if the government ordered it be taken down for, you know, politicians being on there, it's all homophobia. It's all rooted in homophobia. They're scared of government officials being outed as gay. This is still problematic. This is still not good. The government, you know, it telling these, like, that's not good. And then this was the last thing I wanted to share. And then Ginger, let's check out that video. Because that's a good tie into this. So this, I think, is him responding to a chatter who, you know, claims to be a Chinese queer person and says it's not good.
Like mass surveillance of netizens and people alike in China for all the claims of like no homosexuality being allowed in China. The greatest antidote to all of that stuff is just experiencing it. Okay. And if you can't experience it personally, you should still keep an open mind. If you can't experience it personally, you should keep an open mind. You should watch the stream.
Yeah, Ginger, I'm 100% with you. Ginger said he's been wibbly wobbly on queer issues. Yeah, and honestly, women's issues and queer issues, I do feel like is definitely a place where he misses the mark. And this is just feels like so much just apologia for what is, you know, these are fascist actions, homophobia, right? This is gross. Like, even like definitely getting paid. Yeah, Ajax said, how much you get paid for this? Definitely getting paid.
It's like one of the things that I've observed that I find really strange has basically been people going, all of the preconceptions I had about China when met with observable reality doesn't match like observable reality that I'm seeing from the streams. Okay. But that doesn't actually mean that I was wrong or my preconceptions were wrong. That actually means that this person is either A, doing propaganda, or B, there's an alternative reason for it. It must be because he's not going to other cities. I think more and more streamers will probably come out here in general because like there's just so much to do. I lived in China 7 years and speak it fluently. Homosexuality is banned there in the movies, etc. Of course, not illegal to be gay, but it is illegal to show it at all, and it's also illegal to marry someone of the same sex. You are spreading misinformation. No, I'm saying that like, okay, you just described it. Okay, you literally just described it. Also,
what?
Homosexuality in general.
So listen again to this
like,
comment.
It must be because he's not going to other cities. I think more and more streamers will probably come out here in general because like, there's just so much to do. I lived in China 7 years and speak it fluently. Homosexuality is banned there in the movies, etc. Of course, not illegal to be gay, but it is illegal to show it at all, and it's also illegal to marry someone of the same sex. You are spreading misinformation. No, I'm saying that.
So yeah, it's not illegal to be gay, but it is illegal to get married. To marry someone of the same sex. Ajax, basically gas station glass pieces are usually imported as beads, then they drill a hole, they drill the bowl. That's amazing.
That like, okay, you just described it. Okay, you literally just described it. As far that's it. Like,
yeah, that's bad. He described you can't show that you're gay in public. That's frowned upon. That's bad. That's a very bad thing. That's institutionalized homophobia. That's what we were talking about before.
That's what I mean. I didn't say any of those things that you added on. I'm saying that there are hella gay people doing gay shit all over. But the way that Americans cover it, the way that Americans talk about it, is that it's just not like there's no homosexuality. Like it's just like they'll throw you in prison for being gay. That's not the case at all. That's the whole point.
But you can't exhibit.
But if you ask the average American, I think they just like
you
want to
can't show that you're gay in public.
I was reading something that online about the complexities as far as like outward expressions and demonstrations. It's not like you can do that on social media. That's not a problem at all, right?
But as far as like marriage.
But even if you can do it, if you live in a society that has this institutional homophobia, like, do you deserve to be feeling the fear of, like, if I post something, am I going to be judged or some sort of way? No, like, that you don't deserve that.
I don't think it's recognized by the state. China was more progressive than the U.S. on homosexuality till like 2007, exactly. And then the United States laughed it up with the legalization of gay marriage.
Yeah, okay, so that's like a good thing, and like, you know, there's plenty of problems. So anyway, I thought that whole thing was just very interesting and really made me a little bit concerned about, you know, I mean, someone's getting paid for that sort of stuff, and it feels a lot like apologia. But let's see what let's see this video that Ginger has shown us.
This video is sponsored by War.
And let's get into it here. This is a very interesting topic. Let's see if we can learn a little bit more about what's going on.
What if I told you that in China, there's a city that's specifically known for having a massive population of gay people? And before you rush to the comments, they aren't being held there against their will. No, this city is simply known for accepting and welcoming of the LGBTQ community. Introducing Chengdu, also known by locals as Gaydu. Now, among the West, there seems to be an idea that China is a nation that is anti-gay. Now, whilst this isn't necessarily wrong, so to speak, as they're definitely not as progressive as some Western countries, I also don't exactly believe media from the West has painted a full picture of China's stance on the topic of LGBTQ rights. For starters, internally right now, there is a huge dichotomy between the people's view of those who are gay and trans compared to the government's view of those who are gay and trans. Now, for various of reasons, there's not going to be protests about it in China, but that of course doesn't necessarily mean that the people unanimously side with the government, which is exactly what I want to talk about first. In case you didn't know, at around 70 million, China has the largest absolute number of LGBTQ individuals globally, though that's simply due to the sheer overall population size. Look, there's a few figures out there which estimate the percentage of Chinese people who support the LGBTQ community and the legalization of gay marriage. And there's TikTok videos out there which have been made that reference the research paper, The Possible Reasons for the Declining Fertility Rates in China. Now, in it states 96% of Chinese people are neutral or supportive of legitimate homosexuality. Tankies, so to speak, like to toss that number around, trying to make China sound more accepting than it actually is. So I had a read, and lo and behold, it was an extremely small sample size of only 35 people. Therefore, to be fair, I'm going to disregard arguments that use that as a basis. Instead, I'm going to reference a poll from May 2024 by the Williams Institute, UCLA, which found that 53% of Chinese people agreed that same-sex couples should be accepted in society, and 52% supported marriage equality. Now, whilst that isn't as high as 67% of Americans who support gay marriage, I think it's at least somewhat significant to point out that a majority of Chinese people go against their government when it comes to the issue of gay marriage. And the reason for this boils down to two main factors. Support for LGBTQ people in China actually stems from a history of tolerance that dates as far back as the Shang Dynasty, all the way back in 1600 BC, with the earliest paintings of homosexual activity being depicted back in the Han Dynasty, where it was openly and widely accepted to the point where there were multiple gay emperors, such as Emperor Ai of Han, Tianqi Emperor, and Zhengde Emperor, being notable ones. And this idea of being openly homosexual, not just for men but also for women, lasted all the way up until the end of the Qing Dynasty in 1912. Thus, for many Chinese people who are educated in ancient Chinese history, they understand that supporting LGBTQ rights isn't something that goes against Chinese values, rather the opposite.
I mean, there's many gay celebrities. Like the most famous woman in China is literally trans. Like, you can be gay on Chinese social media. The fuck? Have you been on Xiaohongshu? They are gay as fuck over there.
The second reason is surprisingly due to the influence of media, both social media and traditional forms of media. Reiterating what Hassan said in that clip, Social media in China, such as Rednote and Douyin, does in fact have a lot of LGBTQ related videos, especially if you know the hashtags to use when searching for it. They aren't taken down or censored, rather some of them are the most liked videos I've seen. And looking at the comments, you can see, for instance, there's an overwhelming support for that community. Frankly, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find anti-LGBTQ content on Chinese social media, which I can't exactly say the same for social media in the West. In that clip, Hassan also mentions the most famous person in China is a trans woman. Now, whilst I don't think Jinxing is the most famous person, as no one is more famous than the aura farmer himself, I'd say she's a close second. And Jinxing's not famous because she's controversial or because she's trans or anything. She's beloved by everyone for her role as a TV personality and dancer, often being called the Oprah of China. And as a byproduct of her being so widely beloved whilst happening to be trans, Jinxing has inadvertently swayed much of China's perception to be more supportive of those like her, those who are a part of the LGBTQ community. Now, on the topic of TV, let's talk about TV, which is a tricky one, because obviously, as we know from Arcane and some other movies and TV shows, media that promotes and shows intimate relations when it comes to LGBTQ related content gets seemingly censored. Now, for the C-drama, donghua, and Chinese web novel enjoyers, you might know where I'm going with this. There is a very...
So one thing that I think is already interesting about what we're going into, I think this is a great analysis right here. And I'm learning a lot from it personally. But what interests me is the societal versus the government acceptance of, queer people. And this doesn't seem like it's so different from the West, in terms of, there's a majority of people that support it. And there's, some people who don't support it. What kind of concerns me still about like the previous Hassan clips that we just looked at is, it is, what he is showing is the support for the government side, which is still showing some of these, instances of homophobia. So let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got to look into here. That's where I'm at right now, but I'm looking to learn here.
Very famous web novel in China called 魔道祖师, which has even gotten its own donghua animation and live-action C-drama that's openly a danmei, which is Chinese for being of the boys' love genre. Like, this was so popular that it averaged 69.2 million views per episode, which, by the way, is getting into the same territory of viewership as the finale Seinfeld had. And this was allowed to air despite the characters being canonically gay, which has even been confirmed by the author herself. And everyone is aware of the fact that these characters aren't just very good mates. Anyway, keep this in mind because I'm going to talk more about it when I talk about the government's perception on LGBTQ culture. So yeah, this along with a slew of other very famous Chinese movies and TV shows depicting homosexuality has of course helped garner support from the Chinese people who are fans of these shows, shaping their public attitudes towards the LGBTQ community to become increasingly favorable and more tolerant. Now, I mentioned in the intro that Chengdu is seen as like a hub for the gays in China, even being nicknamed Gaizhu, and there's actually quite a few interesting reasons for that. While same-sex unions aren't legally recognized in China, Chengdu is often cited for hosting many symbolic gay weddings, simply due to the open-mindedness of the city. Queer communities tend to gravitate towards bigger, more tolerant cities, since it allows for both distance from family expectations and more chances to work, make friends, and build a life. For that reason, it's already narrowing it down to like 5 cities. Chengdu has also been politically and economically shielded by coastal giants like Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and that arm's-length relationship with the political center in Beijing has at times meant a lighter touch on things like cultural events, gay bars, and other LGBTQ-related activities. Policies carried out with a bit more flexibility compared to other cities. Additionally, Sichuan, which is the province Chengdu is located, leans heavier towards Taoism and Buddhism, both emphasizing harmony and letting people live freely. This is opposed to other areas I mentioned, where collectivism and modern interpretations of Confucianism is what most people follow. In Confucian philosophy, there is a collectivist cultural mindset which has long shaped conservative views on sexuality and gender roles in China. These traditions prioritize family, filial piety, and societal harmony over individual expression, making the acceptance of LGBTQ identities difficult. As one study by Dr. Liu Hongjie notes, influenced by a collectivist culture, Chinese people tend to subordinate personal interests to those of the group or collective. And so, because more people are straight than gay, it's sort of expected for those who are gay to just fall in line. Thus, for many, the city of Chengdu offers room to exist, which ultimately changes lives. Similarly, in combat, air control changes lives. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, with epic PvP battles across...
So, basically, what I've seen from this so far, and we might just finish this on the next stream. But this is a great video. Let's definitely finish this on the next stream because it's almost midnight now. But okay, we're gonna get into the Chinese government's view on LGBTQ rights next. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, basically, what I wanted to, get that whole thing, the whole thing I wanted to get to with like Hassan's trip and all that, what I'm kind of seeing there, and in general with like leftism, what's going on now is it's not a lot of listening, right? It feels like because even within those clips we watched, when somebody is telling Hassan that they're, from, oh yeah, no, Ginger, this was great. We're gonna finish it next time just because it's late. But this is actually super, super informative, and actually, I think from what it's showing is in some ways, the view on LGBTQI plus society from the standpoint of society is accepting, right? Generally, it's like 53% or something, which still is like feels like an incredibly low number for me, but we're like 60 some odd percent in the US. So it's not incredibly different, but I still feel like, we'll see what the next part brings on Thursday about the government's view. But my big concern still with the Hassan stuff is that, it's a government propaganda puff piece, kind of, right? I don't know if he's getting paid by the government or anything like that, but I would not be like, there has to be something going on with everything there. It's just, it feels so dismissive of some things that might be a problem. Not that these are problems that are exclusive to China, but problems that we have in the US as well, and we are critical of here in the US. I get being in another place and being respectful to the culture and society or whatever, even if it's not something that you agree with. But it feels very much like something kind of different right now. And honestly, it makes it hard for me to trust some of the opinions that, I'm still, obviously, watches content with subjectivism and when there's things that people can offer that they're educated on. But I honestly think that in this particular, yeah, Ginger, yeah, he's Christopher Robin hyping Winnie the Pooh, right? Like you couldn't say that. But again, we're living under fascism here. It's not that these are a thing that's like China is bad for this, well, China is bad for doing that, but it's the same thing that America does that's bad, right? There's the very similar DNA there. But it just feels like, man, this guy who's supposed to be a leftist is maybe a tool for this government right now. I mean, it's whitewashing a little bit of the things that we should be critical of. Right? Even if it's the same things that we experience here, possibly. But let's learn about it more on Thursday. And we'll dive into that. But guys, this was an amazing stream as always. I love you guys all so much. Yeah, Ginger, different brands of fascism, right? It's fascism in a different place. And, let's not get carried away with, I just see so many people who are like, man, if we could just be China or whatever. And it's like, I think all superpowers, all governments, like we've got a lot of work to do. Nobody's got like a real pure humanist, like sort of thing going on. We will always be, we should always just, be with each other, right? Before we're with the state on something. Is just kind of where I feel like we're maybe missing some stuff. So in that regard, we're going to try to do a lot of listening over here when we can, right? And when we can talk on it and we can have people that talk on it, we're going to do that. So that being said, I really am hoping that I can get a special guest in here. I'm talking with someone and we'll have a fun stream one of these days coming up. They're all fun, but I'm looking forward to telling you guys more about that. Guys, I'll see you Thursday. New video essays coming out this week. New song is coming this week. Let's get it. All right, everybody. Good night. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. and I will see you next time on Dragon Ball Z.